the Ingalls studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog feast! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh, my God. The Jets killed him.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. It's a day. It's a Thursday. And we're doing stuff. We're back. And today on the program, we're going to talk quarterbacks. Because it's the year of the quarterback here on ESPN Asheville. Heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. Seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com. Click the live video link. Subscribe to the channel. Join us in the chat. Well, my headphones are doing that too. Like, what is happening right now?
You know,
I can't even hear myself.
I can't hear myself at all.
Yeah, no, you can't hear yourself at all because I didn't turn your mic on.
That would help.
Yeah.
I mean, now I can't really hear myself even with the mic on, so that's not awesome.
Nor can I. But
yeah, it's. I will say, working between 4 different places, that's fun.
That's a fun thing you chose to do.
What's really fun is when I forget to change the levels based on the place, so I go to the one with really good headphones that are really loud, and then I'm just fractionally deafer than I was before.
Yes. But welcome, everyone, into the show today. Of course, you can hear us on the iHeartRadio app everywhere you go. You can watch us everywhere you go on your little device. Just turn us on the YouTubes. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link on the screen, and you can watch us. You can super chat with us once you join the House of Reprehensibles. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget about that part.
Absolutely.
It's
the best part of what we do here is interact with you, the peoples of the Sportsocracy. And Tank and I are back in the same room for the first time in forever.
We are. It's been a while. We've been talking all day about our journey in the radio business. We had a guy named John came by earlier today. He's a young kid looking to get into the business, and we went, don't do that.
Run. You give the same advice. I can't say any of that, but you can do what I was about to say. Are you in? Run.
Oh, no, it was great to meet John, and, hopefully he'll find his spirit in the business, and we can help him. Help guide him along the way.
His spirit?
Yeah. You got to have a lot of spirit to be in this business.
You think he should be working at 880 The Revolution? He's trying to find his spirit?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a good pull.
It was. It was very good.
And most people won't respect that for the pull it was.
I just want him to live his truth. And in doing so, maybe he can be as good as us one day. Who knows? You never know.
I mean, the lofty expectation of excellence that we pervade.
You know, that bar
basis.
that we put way down there for everybody else. No, it's been a fun day hanging out here and, waiting for the Women's College World Series to start up. That's where I'm at. I mean, come on.
You lost me at World Series. I mean, look, I can get down with a lot of things that involve women's college blank. World Series, out.
That's one of the most relevant things, locally going on. Our good friend Carlin Pickens is pitching today against Texas. So, hopefully Tennessee will be able to move on. We've got, of course, the Carolina Hurricanes in the news after last night, just shutting down them Canadians.
I mean, you realize we have to go to a Stanley Cup game. We have to.
Yeah, I guess. We'll try to figure out how to make that work in the schedule.
I'm going to call Adam Gold and go, hey, buddy, coming to Raleigh. Let's do some stuff.
Yeah. I'm an actual human today. This is the first day that I've felt good since last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, probably. All of most of the congestion and the coughing and stuff has stopped. So
I feel good about being in the same room for the first time.
I took all the Sudafed and the Mucinex that I could handle up until yesterday, where I went, screw it, we're going with Papaw's remedy. And my Papaw had one remedy for a cold, cough, congestion, whatever you have. There's one remedy. And it's made by one of three men, either Jack, Jim, or George.
Or Jose. Jose's got a fun one, too.
No, Papaw was a whiskey man. We didn't.
I mean, look.
Jose don't make whiskey.
No, but Jose does make things that'll make you feel better.
Right. Yeah.
I'm still congested, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the started drinking and the cough went away. Weird.
Who needs a doctor?
Yeah, all those Wild West tuberculosis patients couldn't be wrong. It'll help.
And falafel and right, I'm a doctor.
Today's conversation, again, the main theme of the show, going to center around quarterbacks. The title of today's program is the Quarterback Manifesto. What exactly does that mean, Flostradamus?
So we've done this a few times, but I've never elaborated on. I have taken the Parcells rules. So we talk about these at the draft every single year. 3-year starter, senior in college, graduate from college, start 30 games, win 23 of them, have at least a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, complete at least 60% of your passes. That's great. It's a nice baseline. There's one great big problem. Nobody adheres to that anymore because nobody actually works for that because we're in an NIL age. So we have a couple quarterbacks that are in the league to talk about right now in the first hour. Mm-hmm. In the second hour, we're going to unveil Jeremy's Quarterback Manifesto. I like to call them the mullet rules because I've taken Bill Parcells and I've changed it a little bit.
Okay.
Because 3-year starter, hate to tell you this, not going to happen. Mm-hmm. If it does happen, it'll be a kid like Jared Curtis or Faisal Brandon from Tennessee 3 years from now. I have looked at all 18 quarterbacks that are in this upcoming class, and you just have to take the rules as you know them and modify them because they don't apply anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a super chat, our first of the day.
It's all about the money, all about the money.
And it's from our good friend Sir Jimothy, who says, your remedy for a cold is my remedy for daily life. Just a little nip, and you'll be happy.
We work in radio. I promise you, we do that a lot.
Yes. Never on the air, Chairman. We're not doing that. We know the rules. Quarterback Manifesto. Okay.
And then in hour 3, we're going to take the Jeremy rules and apply them to the quarterback class of 2026.
Okay. All right. Very good. Trip around the headlines for today. Looks like the Seattle Seahawks will be sold for $1 gajillion. Jeremy, it looks like you were right on on the mark. Right on the $10 billion. Mm-hmm. Looks like that's where the number's going to come in. Apparently, there has been a feeding frenzy here.
Well, what's funny is the interest was limited, and then it was not.
And then it spiked up.
Now, I also would be remiss if I didn't point out, yeah, okay, so frenzy? Or did somebody meet your price and you go, oh, it's been wet, wild stuff these days out here in the wet Northwest.
Well, if we're in a bidding war here, it doesn't matter really how many there are.
I got news for you. If this stops at $10 billion, there was no bidding war because that was where it was from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
That was the number. That was the first number I said. It was the first number I've heard, and it was the only number I've heard.
Right.
And it's basically been, hey, first one of you that gets there, congratulations. You're an NFL team owner.
I wonder if Mark Zuckerberg is going to buy it.
I don't understand why Jeff Bezos doesn't own a few teams.
He tried, didn't he? Wasn't he in on the Washington Commanders until he wasn't? That was the rumor.
That was the rumor. Nobody can confirm it.
Right. Oh, I'm sure there's some people that could confirm it, but they're not going to.
Although I will say, Mr. Bezos, I've seen your wife. You might want to save some for a rainy day. 'Cause I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's not with you because she's got a weird thing about bald dudes.
Yeah. You keep her happy.
100%.
Or she's going to take all your stuff.
100%, or somebody else will, and I promise you they're going to have less money, so you compete with something you probably don't hold up to.
Yeah. So there's that. It looks like Seahawks are going to sell for about $10 billion. Good Lord knows how high that could go if there is an actual bidding war. 11, 12, where's the next bar going to be set?
That's $10 billion.
Oh, sure.
That is
but I'm saying
line.
how high over that bar could this one sale get?
Seattle, not $1. It's $10 billion. I mean, look, you can report this any way you want to. Nothing has changed from what I said a few weeks ago. There were interested buyers. They don't love the situation, but they love the franchise. So it's going – because right now the feeding frenzy is a bunch of people that are coming in at 7.5. They're not selling this thing for $7.5 billion. Not coming off a Super Bowl. It's just not going to happen. Also, you've got to look around the landscape and go, hey, can you name me anything that you feel like is an absolute cash cow? The NFL's a cash cow.
Mm-hmm. You
get in right now, NFL teams will be worth $50 billion in the next 20 years.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot. Sounds crazy, but it's not.
It's not. You just look at everything that's changing around the NFL landscape, how much bigger this can actually get. Because that's the thing I laugh at with baseball people, basketball people. You do realize that we haven't even started to begin to take the calendar away from you. There is a path that the NFL takes 100% of the calendar. You get that, right?
How?
Okay. We're going to an 18-game schedule, right?
Yep.
All right. Let's play it backwards. The season this year ends in mid-February.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling up the schedule to get the exact dates. So this year, week 1 starts on September the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
The Super Bowl is not until February the 14th. I think it's on Valentine's Day this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get President's Day the following day, which is beautiful.
I'm just rolling my eyes for every guy who's going to have to fight over that.
My wife and I've already talked about it. We're good. Get you and Amy. You should.
Yeah.
Fellas.
Go ahead and plant that seed now.
I mean,
let them know that we'll be doing Valentine's Day on any other day of that week, but not on Valentine's Day.
Look, I'm not trying to give you relationship advice. I'm not Dr. Drew, although get tested. If your girlfriend, fiance, whatever, really gristles it, but we can't watch the Super Bowl because we had to do Valentine's Day. You need to find you and Amy. You have not found you and Amy because Amy laughed and went, yeah, sounds like we're doing it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sounds like date night Saturday night because it ain't going to be Friday.
Mm-mm.
And it ain't going to be Sunday. We will actually be in Los Angeles for the Super Bowl, too.
Nice.
Oh, that feels so good to say out loud. It feels so good to say out loud. So that's where we sit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Our objective is to get to the point where the Super Bowl is on President's Day weekend because we want that Monday off.
Right.
When I say something wrong, you feel free to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
President's Day is February. It was February 16th this year. It's February 15th next year. So that's the target of the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's play it backwards. Does the 7-team playoff make a whole lot of sense to you? Has the 7-team playoff ever really made a ton of sense to you? Because it doesn't make a great deal of sense to me.
No, but we know why they did it.
I feel like that's going to 8. I feel like that's the concession. It's going to go to 8.
Okay.
You take the Pro Bowl out. So that week between the Super Bowl and the conference championship games, it's good. Just wipe it out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. I'll come back to the Pro Bowl. So you have the week off. You got 3 weeks of playoffs that lead up to the Super Bowl. They get you to the second week in January. Now play it backwards. The season's currently 18 weeks long.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to add a game. Fact or fiction, we're going to add a game. It's going to happen, I believe, next year. If not next year, then the year after.
Mm-hmm.
By this time, 3 years from now, every team in the NFL will play an international game every year, fact or fiction.
Sure.
I'll say fact.
Okay.
I think they're sussing out these locations to figure out how to do this. And we will have an international game every single week of the season up until week 16. What happens in week 16?
What?
So a 20-game schedule, that means there's 4 games left. This is the push to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Pro Bowl goes.
Okay.
You don't get anybody that plays in it anyway, so what does it matter? It's a flag football game now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically have an all-star break for everyone. That makes the season 20 weeks long. If you keep the layoff between I lost my train of thought.
Championship games in the Super Bowl?
No, if you keep the layoff between the preseason and the regular season, that makes the preseason 5 weeks long. Because you have the Hall of Fame game, 3 weeks of games, and then a bye week. That's half the year right there of games.
Mm-hmm.
We are playing games half the year.
Mm-hmm.
There is absolutely nothing that precludes us from putting the draft ahead of free agency. I've always thought that's stupid. I've always thought it's a really stupid thing that we do free agency before the draft. The draft is your lifeblood.
Yeah.
You don't make Tyler Algier decisions if you have the draft first.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to push the draft any further back. So just build up the draft process. The season doesn't end till the middle of February anyway. We don't have to have the combine the first week of March. Push it to the middle of March. Then you have pro days. The draft will own everything through April. And then we do free agency in May. Mm-hmm. Good luck, NBA. We put free agency the third week of May. I own the entire schedule now. Because we're building the team. We're doing all the things. OTAs happen in June. We extend camp a little bit into July. Ta-da, I own 12 months of the schedule, and I will crush your soul.
Mm-hmm.
You put an NBA playoff game against the NFL draft and watch how bad your sport actually is. Watch how badly this can actually go.
Mm-hmm.
I keep hearing people talk about, oh, look, the NBA's, the numbers are up. It's competing with nothing.
Right, that's the only reason.
It's competing with itself.
Yeah. Of course the number's going to go up because those of us who are starved for action, that we only have a couple of places to go.
Oh, and I hate to tell you this, we're not stopping at Thursday. This year we open the window to Wednesday. Wednesday, that's happening.
There's a game on every day of the week except for Tuesdays this year. There will be a game on a Monday. Obviously, we've got Monday Night Football. There's the 2 Wednesday night games. We've got, of course, Thursdays. We've got Friday night games now with the Black Friday game, and I think there's a few others sprinkled in through the holiday season.
Oh, and with Wednesday, let's play a fun game. Yeah, and I don't think anybody's thought about this. What precludes me of giving mini buys ahead of Wednesday night games? So if 2 teams play on Wednesday night, what precludes me of giving them the week off before? Oh, that just adds another week to the season. So push it back a little bit. So now we're into August. Fully into August. The league, the actual season starting in August. That means I own all of August for the preseason. Now the Hall of Fame game's into July.
Mm-hmm.
I can keep doing this. And as long as I'm not into September, I can play all the games on Friday I want. As long as I wait until after Thanksgiving, I can play all the games on Friday I want. I can play games on Saturday if I really want to pilfer into college football. I don't. Because college football is just free promotion for me.
I was going to say they're doing it. They're doing it. There's more Saturday games this year than there ever has been,
Yeah,
and it'll keep happening.
Yeah,
of course,
it's after the season's over.
Right. It's in between the bowls and the regular season.
College football is a free promotional arm for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Mm-hmm. I am making you fall in love with the stars of my sport at zero cost to me before we have to pay them $1.
Mm-hmm.
This is every discussion I've heard around the NFL all off season long. How can we go further into the calendar? Hey, look, Tank and I have been doing this for a long time. We were actually discussing this morning. It's been 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a time that May, June, and July were nothing but NBA talk, Major League Baseball. Now they're relevant.
Yeah.
They're relevant.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk NBA.
I mean, unless you're in a big city. Unless you're in a big city, then it carries more.
It carries more for the team in that city.
Yeah.
I am fully of the belief you cannot do more than one segment every other hour in a show that goes out nationally on the NBA, on Major League Baseball, on any other sport other than the NFL or college football without losing a large part of your audience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's possible.
It's not.
Because this is what we talk about.
And I could, if I was allowed to, I could show you some numbers that would back that up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not allowed to. But I mean, it's just it's not America's. America's pastime is football, right? Like baseball's out, NBA's out. Yeah, they pretty much just become niche sports now. Now, we can, you can dip your toe into that water every now and then. The first thing I said to Jeremy when I saw him today was, I can't wait to get back out there. I can't wait for football to start back up and for, us to start doing tailgate stuff again. And it's just, life is better when football's around.
So now we are planning all the things for the fall with the tailgate tour. And every year I say, we're going to pull the reins back a little bit and do less. Guess what we do every year?
Do more. More.
And this year, it's more than it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
There are 5 people on the planet Earth that have seen our tailgate schedule. One of them's in our chat. 2 of them are sitting right here. The other 2 are, they also work with us. They're not here. Trust me, we've never done more than we're doing this year.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Workman is the other one. I met with him in Greenville to discuss some draft things.
Nice.
This will be the biggest year of draft coverage ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Yep.
And so I hear things like what Jason Kelsey said about we're getting away from Sunday games.
Who cares?
Why do I care? We haven't talked about this yet, but I do want to talk about it.
Well, let's do it after the break. We will come back with a super chat from Red Sea, and we'll talk about that dumb thing that Travis's brother said. We'll be right back here on ESPN Asheville.
It happens only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is back.
Put your hands in the air.
One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready?
featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going, huh?
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 8.
With iHeart, everything you hear is guaranteed human. That's why 78% of listeners trust their favorite radio host's product recommendations. If you manage a business or need to drive sales, that trust goes a long way. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. Again, that's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
We're the first people to do podcasts. We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but, you know.
Tired and sick.
Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
News, weather, traffic. 570 WWNC. Finalists Sport 2 Marconi Awards. 2025 Small Market Station of the Year. And Mark Starling is Small Market Personality of the Year.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
I'm David.
And I'm Christina.
And this is our Ingalls story.
Ginger's Revenge is a brewery located in Asheville, North Carolina that specializes in the production of hard ginger beer.
So we use all natural, whole ingredients, and I think that really sets us apart.
Ingalls is an amazing partner for us to work with. A lot of our fans know that they can go to Ingalls and find a lot of the flavors that we have available, and they just make it really easy for folks to purchase local products.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
You were just dumber than a bag of hammers.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. Heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Seen everywhere on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel. You can join the House of Reprehensibles. When you subscribe and join, you can super chat.
'Cause it's all about the money, money, money. All about the money, money.
Our first, or our second super chat of the day. Our first here, because we've got a, I'm guessing there's a Shanahan and Ananism coming our way. I saw Kevin Mullen pop in there just before we went to break. Red Sea, though, says, hot take. You should be able to bet on which Georgia player will be arrested for speeding next.
No doubt.
You know what? I was going to say something there, but I'm not naming names. I was going to name a name, but I'm not putting that out there into the ether, because as soon as I say the name, he'll end up getting busted, and it'll be the worst one we've ever seen, and it'll ruin everything. So I'm not even going to do that. Then no, stop it.
Kevin's Shanahanism it's fantastic, but I can't read it.
Oh, of course. All the best ones can't be read.
It's
on the FCC airwaves.
I will say this, Kevin. You're going to really like an announcement we have very soon. It got pushed back a little bit, but there's one coming. Where
that is a good one.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, it's quite good. But there will be an ability to say the swears, as our Canadian friend says. Mm-hmm. It's coming. It's coming. And it's not going to take that long. Everywhere. Sorry, that's why I got stuck on it. I was like, I can't not say it. Tom Segura made it okay, and I'm going to take it.
All right, the question. Kyle Shanahan and the Shanahan and Ananism.
Why do college football teams have 1.5 times the rosters of NFL teams? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know the answer to that. I do not know why the NFL has been so restrictive on roster size, because that's another part of this.
I mean, I would say money.
You don't pay them anything. Practice squad guys make like $40,000 a week. Or no, it's not even that much. It's like $15,000 a week.
Yeah, but could you imagine a 90-man roster? I mean, you still have to pay them.
We're not going 90.
Okay.
But what we could do is look at the UFL and go, hey, we really like getting people to foot the bill for things that benefit us.
Mm-hmm.
Just take 10 extra practice squad guys, put them in the UFL. Done. I've said that for years. If the UFL had 10 players off my team, I would have a favorite UFL team. Each it wouldn't be division, but each team gets 10 spots on a UFL roster. Irvin Charles, that just got traded by the Jets to the Seattle Seahawks. By the way, Seattle, congratulations. You're really going to like that kid. The Jets had like 7 special teams gunners, so he wasn't always well known. but you're going to like that kid a lot.
Who is that guy?
He was like a special teams ace for the Jets.
I remember Orson Charles. He was one Georgia Bulldog that never got pulled over for speeding.
LaCharles
Damn it,
Bentley.
now he's going to get pulled over. Sorry, Orson. I messed that one up for you.
He messed it up. I do think the NFL should grow the roster, and I think that's going to be one of the concessions on the 18th game.
Yeah.
You're already adding international spots. If you want to add more international spots, do it. Those guys that got, like Uware Bernard, you're telling me that kid couldn't benefit from a season in the UFL, which, oh, by the way, should run from about May 1st to July 15th. It's not just a hat rack.
Mm-hmm.
You run a 10-week UFL season. The NFL partners up with it, subsidizes it a little bit, and use it as a training ground for guys that need reps. You see how much sense that makes? Why are we not doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Stop treating them as competition. They're not. The St. Louis Battlehawks are never going to be competition.
Do they? Do they treat them as competition?
No, they just treat them as they're over
They
there.
don't exist. Right.
It's the same way the WWE used to treat ECW. You're annoying, okay? Like, just embrace it. Steer into it.
Yeah.
And if you had done that 25 years ago, ECW would still exist.
Yeah.
ECW.
God, I loved ECW.
I did, too.
God, it was so good. It was so good.
We do have to pay off what we teased in the last hour.
Oh,
which was
I guess.
Jason Kelsey, getting away from Sundays is bad for the league.
Nope.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Where does this come from? I've been hearing this for days now. What's bad about this? Getting more games in primetime spots. Why is that a problem? We tapped out on the double Monday night thing. I don't really understand why. It was because of overlap. I know exactly what it was. And people on the East Coast can't watch West Coast games that kick off at 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, college basketball and the NBA, you should learn that lesson. The East Coast really struggles to watch games that kick off that late. Why are we beholden to Sunday?
Because it's the way it's always been done, Jeremy. You know this is that age-old argument that Fridays are for high school and Saturdays are for college and Sundays are for the NFL.
Well, here's the problem with that. There's a lot of us that don't care about high school football.
Mm-hmm.
And the two things can live in concert.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to tell me where the problem with what I'm getting ready to say is. You have a Wednesday game, a Thursday game, a Friday game where it's legally allowed, a Saturday night primetime game. That does not eat into college football. You can choose what you want. The big windows in college football, it does not affect anything. You have the early international game on Sunday. You have Sunday night football. You have Monday night football. That's 7 of your 9 games on a 16-game week are outside of that Sunday window. That still leaves 5 games, at least, maybe 6, for the early Sunday window.
Yep.
It leaves 3 for the afternoon window. There's nothing wrong with that. We do it through bye weeks the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you stack the schedule out, you can stop having 6 teams on byes, and you never run into that problem. There's only 3 games at 1 o'clock. Well, if you don't have 6 or 8 teams on the same bye week, it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Extend the season. Stack the byes. 8 weeks of byes, 4 teams per week.
Yep.
Why is that so difficult?
It's not.
You start in week 5. It runs 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Done. And then everybody gets another one in week 16 for our little break.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was singing the Sesame Street song in my head. You remember that song? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry. That's just a blast from the past.
I swear to God, I should get a tax break for you.
Having to put up with your bull crap. It is the Sportsocracy, ESPN Asheville. We'll be right back after this.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
I continue to push on through our Thursday with clouds mixing with sunshine into the afternoon hours. Should get just above 80 degrees, maybe an isolated shower, thunder shower. Tonight, some clouds around, dropping back to about 57. Friday looks great, lots of sunshine, 80. Thickening clouds Saturday with a chance of some showers. 77, and partly sunny on Sunday, 72. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Station.
This report is sponsored by
Bojangles. It's always bow time.
It's bow time. You've had a sausage biscuit before, but have you had the smoked sausage biscuit from Bojangles? Slow-cooked smoked sausage is grilled and served on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Another Bojangles biscuit that doesn't disappoint. Get 2 for $5 today. It's bow time.
Not all good news comes with a catch. Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. No strings, no gimmicks. Just dependable protection at a more affordable price. See? No catch. So if you're looking to up your savings, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
48 countries.
Only one winner.
Yes. iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. Go! Every unforgettable moment wherever you are. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The world will be listening.
The Atlanta Braves are on a mission, and night after night they are making their case as one of the best teams in baseball.
3-2 to Drake. And he swings and hits a missile to deep right field to the chop house and out of here.
Chopping toward another playoff run.
Olsen hits it well. Deep center field to the wall and gone!
The Mountain's home for Braves baseball is ESPN Asheville. Proudly brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
When you're a grocery store, hunger has no place in your community. That's why at Ingles, we donate over 2 million pounds of food every year to those who need it. It's the right thing to do, and we know you do the same. Ingles, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of urgency, timely, responsive, focused, prioritizing you as our customer and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Back in the Sportsocracy, it is that time where we give you a little news clipping out of, a realm that we don't normally talk about. However, this actually does tie into our second favorite sport, which is professional wrestling. One of the things that you should never do, especially in 2026 when there are so many, opportunities for you out there, is driving intoxicated. Right? When there's Lyft, when there's Uber, there's all those things, you should not do that. Right? You've got a way to get home, no matter how inebriated you are, without getting on the road and putting somebody in danger. Driving intoxicated through a drive-through and then, hitting another vehicle is a great way to get caught. If you do get caught in that manner, though, one of the things that you should not do is when the cops show up, you start cussing at them and throwing around racial slurs, and because that's one way to, either make sure that you go to jail for a while or get your ass kicked. And unfortunately for him, one person that did this recently was Joseph Hennig. If that name rings a bell, or at least the last name rings a bell, that's Kurt Hennig's kid, Mr. Perfect. Joseph, far from perfect. He used to go by the name of Curtis Axel. I didn't even know that he was a professional wrestler. And here's the thing. I fell out of love with wrestling at about 2003-ish. Didn't really peek back in on it until the COVID year. That was when he was in WWE. So I had no idea who Curtis Axel was before receiving this story from Stephen Tao. But yeah, he goes to a McDonald's and he's drunk. He backs into a car that's, in line with him. And then just starts swearing at the staff and the other driver, and he did the same when the cops showed up. He refused to take the chemical test, which that can be a charge in and of itself, especially if you are inebriated behind the wheel of a vehicle. He had an open bottle of vodka in the car and charged with disorderly conduct. Don't do that. That's a don't do crimes and just a bit outside, all wrapped into one. And he just didn't get lucky. Because I will tell you a personal story about myself where I made the bad decision one time to drive myself home after I had been to the bar. And I went to a McDonald's and I got in the drive-thru. And then I decided I don't want McDonald's. I'll just go home. And so I threw the car into reverse. And guess what was behind me?
Another car.
Another car. Now, thankfully, they were on the run from the law or didn't have a license or something because they took off as soon as I hit them. And I went, okay, this will be the last time I ever do that.
I don't drive. I don't drive when I'm sober, let alone when I'm drunk.
I made that.
I don't ever drive.
Look, I've done it. I've made the bad decision before. Thankfully, nobody ever got hurt. But what I'm telling you is it's not the way to go.
Now, here's my question about, what would you say, Joseph Hennig?
Hennig, yes.
I know he's Kurt's kid,
yes.
so I knew his last name was Hennig.
Yes, Joseph.
Can he throw a pass and catch it the way his dad did?
No one can be as perfect as Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect was. He was indeed perfect.
He was a star. I love Mr. Perfect.
He was fantastic.
He's on the fifth Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
No, we don't do Mount Rushmore. That's lazy talk. We don't do that. Aaron Rye, also a perfect individual.
Yeah.
He was your champion of the PGA Championship. And other than having the rare distinction of being one of the few intelligent people like myself that wear 2 gloves to play golf, he has something else. He's got a dad. His dad's a big supporter of his career. And you would assume that as he wins the PGA Championship, Dad's going to be locked in watching his kid win the Wanamaker Trophy. Aaron Rodgers joined Golf Channel's 5 Club, and they asked, what'd you do after you won? And he said, well, after I signed my scorecard, I called Pops just to say thank you for supporting my career and being just the best. But Dad didn't answer. Tank, would you like to take a guess where Dad was?
Strip club.
Oh, that would be funny, too, and I had a feeling that's what you were going to say. It's not quite that funny, but it's pretty funny.
Okay.
Dad has a camper van. Apparently, Dad likes to drive around because Aaron Rye is British. He's from the UK.
Okay.
Apparently, his dad likes to drive around the UK. Every once in a while, he fancies a nap.
In his caravan.
In his camper van. And Dad was asleep. Dad stopped, turned the old television on to watch his son there at the end. He fell asleep. First of all, good for you that you got a camper van that you just drive around and take naps where you want to. How do you fall asleep at that time? Like if you were in the PGA Championship. I'm not your dad, but we are very good friends.
Right.
I'm going to be locked in on every shot. I probably won't have slept the night before. How do you fall asleep?
It just shows great confidence in your son.
Oh, yeah.
Like
he's going to win.
He's got this.
See you at the trophy club tonight, boy.
So are you saying he was sleeping in a camper van down by the river?
Yeah, you're living in a van down by the river. Tay asked a question in the YouTube chat. Why does Jeremy not drive? Tank, why does Jeremy not drive?
Well, I mean, Jeremy does drive
to work.
He doesn't like driving.
No.
And
I think
a lot of
the
it
most overrated thing we do.
I think it has a lot to do with his heart health. Because Jeremy's one of those that he'll get on the roadway and immediately his nerve system has turned up to 11. And you can't stand other drivers.
I
yeah,
see what
so you're
saying
protecting yourself from having a massive coronary on the side of or in the middle of the highway, yelling at some dum-dum that won't get out of the left-hand lane doing the speed limit. I think that's why.
That's a good point. Okay. Because I do spend much of my time driving. I live 4 miles from the radio station, so I don't drive much. I do have to drive to Greenville every week. And I do find myself going through Saluda and Cleveland County and all that, going, it's a 55! Go faster!
He does.
I do that a lot.
He does.
If you're in the fast lane, you should go faster than the limit that they told you to go. That's why there's a fast lane.
Mm-hmm.
And you zipper merge people. Oh, there's a special place in hell. I'm telling you.
I can't wait.
I
can't wait till we pass that law.
I got into a fun little back and forth with a truck about the size of mine coming up from Greenville yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He did that. I'm going to drive right to and then try to merge over. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to elaborate on this because, well, we have a little bit of time here. So there's nothing actually wrong with your zipper merge philosophy except for one problem. They don't do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Red light, little zipper merge, about 8 cars behind it. When you do that, we all have to stop, and the light trips. If that was, 40 cars back, sure, that'll work just great. Every single one of you that does that light turns. And then we have to sit here, and then we stack up. And then I'm not saying that it's an incorrect theory. I'm saying it doesn't work in the practice of how we do it.
So the truck was pacing you? You were side by side?
The truck was trying to push me to, slow down. I'm going to get in front of you. No, you're not. No, you're not. You know why? Because if you do, my front tire is going to be in the bed of your truck, and I still won't stop. I'll just drive through you and push you off, punch you in the face, wait for the cop to show up and go, his fault. All of it's his fault. Every bit of it, including me punching him in the face.
That scenario that you just described, that's your fault.
No.
If he's ahead of you.
He wasn't ahead of me. He was beside me, and he kept trying to push me over to get me to slow down. No, dude. Nah, dog. I'm not slowing down for you. I'm to the bumper of the car in front of me. No, I don't have to slow down for you, and I never will.
Okay. All right.
No.
The whole point of the zipper merge is everybody takes their turn.
Sure.
In turn.
Sure.
So if they're ahead of you and you're tailgating that car in front of you because you don't want to let that guy in, you're the jerk. That's your problem.
I disagree.
You can't
could've
disagree.
gotten over when I did.
Facts don't care about your feelings. That's
you
how
that sign
works.
You saw 2 miles ago that said left lane ends. Get over then. And then we're all just in a line, and none of it matters.
That's not how that works.
None of it. None of it matters. Zero. Absolutely zero.
Again.
We just run through the light because there's no jackal in the closed lane.
Further proof of why we need to make this a law. And we need to start ticketing everybody like Jeremy.
We need to start prosecuting people like Tank to the fullest extent of the law. Put him in with that girl from The Crash. Let the mean girl deal with you for a while, and then you'll come back out and you'll see it my way. You still haven't seen that documentary. I'm going to shame you until you watch it.
No, I have not. I had not heard of it until yesterday, so
I'm just going to keep shaming you until you watch it. If for nothing else, because I want to talk about it.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
We have a slew of super chats to get to.
All right, let's get to them. You cannot read the one from Kevin because it says don't read this, and it's quite hilarious, and we're going to hit the button hit the bell for you, Kevin, so we won't read it, but kudos to you.
It's all about the money.
See? It was good. It was a good joke. I like it.
Oh, his tenant phrase was, get a taxi or an Uber. We don't do taxis here, but Ubers are really easy to come by. I budget $1,000 a month for Ubers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever use it, but there will never come a time where I go, I have to drive a car because I didn't budget for a $75 Uber. It's just dumb. Take an Uber. Let somebody else drive you.
That's right.
Hey, and Uber drivers, let us start the conversation. How about that? Just had a weird one of those. I had a weird one of those in Gradeville.
Well, he just wanted to be chatty.
He was talking before I got in the car. Like, dude, slow down. Papa had a couple tequilas and tonic, and I need a minute to warm up to you, friend.
All right, the one from Red Sea.
Show me the money, money.
It says if you slow down the stream, you could actually see when Jeremy was rethinking his choice of coworkers after Tank needed to sing to count to 12.
What really irritates me is when he does that at the bar drinking whiskeys. He turns into the count.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
He turns into the count. How many whiskeys have I had? 1, 2, 3. That's when I really second guess it. Like, oh, you are dumb. Man, you're dumb.
I mean, that I am. I never lie to my audience, and I never said I was a smart person. Looks like a couple of more. Let's hit a headline here before we go to the top of the hour and get into the Quarterback Manifesto at the NFL Draft Nerd, Jeremy Green. Patriots and the Eagles, quote unquote, not particularly close on an A.J. Brown deal. Okay. Also in wide receiver news, Jayden Daniels says he has no sense of the football future of his brother, Brandon Ayuk.
I do. He's going to be playing with you
in
about a month.
I was thinking that's kind of what a lie sounds like. I mean, it's not really a lie because he doesn't make those decisions. I'm sure there's been some discussion in the room of, hey, Brandon's available. We should have, talk about it behind closed doors. I feel like you should have a pretty good idea of how that's going to go down. Fully expecting Brandon Ayuk to end up with the Washington Commanders. But the A.J. Brown thing, that did kind of perk up my ear because I thought that was pretty much a done deal. I mean, that was well talked about before the draft. And it's well been thought that this was going to be a post-June 1 move. But apparently the two sides are not coming together on what the price should be.
There is no price. You have an asset that's not worth anything because you killed it. He had his role in it too, but there is no price. You're going to cut him.
No. I'm talking about A.J. Brown now.
Oh.
I mean, we know the Brandon Ayuk.
The Brandon Ayuk price is free $99. A.J. Brown, it's simple. It's a 2027 first-round pick. Just be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
New England, just be done with it. If you want to put a condition on it, put a condition on it. I don't care. But that's what it is. It's what it's been for. I mean, I reported that in February.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's been the whole time. And I got news for you. If you don't pony up for it, somebody will.
Has there ever been a deal where if it's not a 1, then it turns into 2 picks?
Not that I can think
I've never heard of a deal that way, but follow me down the path here, right? So we do know about conditional picks.
The NBA is the one that really puts steps on picks.
Right, but if I give you a conditional 2 that could become a 1 if you win the Super Bowl or whatever condition I want to put on it, the value hit that you take from taking a first-round pick or a late first-round pick to a late second-round pick. Has there ever been a trade, or is there a construct for a deal where we'll give you a conditional 1 that if you don't win the Super Bowl, then it turns into a 2 and a 4.
No, usually the conditions. If I remember correctly, I'm deep in the NFL CBA here. I think the condition on a pick can only make it higher. So if it's a conditional 7, if it goes lower, it just doesn't convey.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Irvin Charles deal, it's a conditional 2028 7th-round pick. If he doesn't make the roster, it just doesn't convey.
Right.
That way it can go down.
All right, so in this sense, we could give you a conditional 2 that could become our 1.
Yes.
But can we also give you a conditional 4 that goes away if you do? So it's a 2 and a 4, but if you win the Super Bowl, it becomes a 1.
So that actually kind of steers into a weird thing that I feel like I should mention about the Jets and the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I did not actually know that you could do this in the NFL, but it just happened. When the Jets traded Quinnen Williams to the Dallas Cowboys, they get the better of the 2 Cowboys picks.
Mm-hmm.
So Dallas has Green Bay's pick and their own, which, by the way, this gave me a whole lot of it made the fuzzies in the tum-tum just real happy because I think the Green Bay Packers are not good.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets get a 27 pick from the Cowboys. They had 2. They get the better of the 2. So Dallas has to pick behind the Jets. So if Green Bay has the 15th pick and Dallas has the 22nd pick, the Jets get 15. I didn't know you could put conditions like that. I thought you had to tie it to the pick.
Mm-hmm.
But
apparently not.
New England, this is not hard. Give them your 1 and go on about your day.
Yeah. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville Quarterback Manifesto for 2026. Coming your way next.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
I continue to push on through our Thursday with clouds mixing with sunshine into the afternoon hours. Should get just above 80 degrees, maybe an isolated thunder shower. Tonight, some clouds around, dropping back to about 57. Friday looks great, lots of sunshine, 80. Thickening clouds Saturday with a chance of some showers, 77, and partly sunny on Sunday, 72. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stage.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Facing production swings or a tough skills gap? Workforce Solutions from Express Employment Professionals makes hiring easier. Find your local office and see how Express can help you hire smarter and faster for contract and full-time jobs. Visit ExpressPros.com.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Join us this year in celebrating those in our community making a difference. Nominate your 2026 Parks Community Hero today at parkscommunityheroes.com. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Starting Stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
The Ingalls Advantage isn't just about savings or the best quality food for your family. It's more than that. It's the advantage of being a part of a community. That's why we provide over 2 million pounds of food every year through regular donations and programs like the Ingalls Giving Tree, Food for Thought, and the Ingalls Fill a Backpack program. It's the right thing to do, and we know that you would do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
ESPN Asheville. Yeah. WPEK Fairview. WMXF Waynesville. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
It is ESPN Asheville. This is the Sportsocracy, and we are coming to you live on the iHeart Radio app and everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, join us in the chat. Get your thoughts in on this year's Quarterback Manifesto. What does that mean?
So we have the Bill Parcells rules that has been like the hard and fast rules of quarterback selection, since the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
3-year starter, senior in college, graduate from college, start 30 games, win at least 23 of them, have at least a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, complete at least 60% of your passes. I do not believe that is apropos to today's game.
I'd agree with that.
Because some of those things just don't make any sense. The vast majority of these quarterbacks are not going to graduate college before I draft them.
Right.
Because they'll be in school for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
The NIL money's good. You can't touch NFL quarterback money. We're talking about guys getting $500 million over the course of their career. I want to get to the NFL as quick as possible. That's just my goal.
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of time, the rules have changed. And I've always said that we need to do an update to the rules.
Okay.
So I went through them one by one. And there was one that stuck out to me like a sore thumb.
Okay.
Completion percentage.
60% completion percentage.
If you're below 60% completion percentage, I wouldn't have you on my draft board, period.
Okay.
You're not culling anything there. There's nothing there that changes anything for me. I went all the way back to 2018. Do you know the 2 quarterbacks that stick out that were below 60% completion?
Anthony Richardson.
That one doesn't stick out, but yes, he does apply to that. He's 54.7.
Right.
So in the 24 and 23 class, of the top 5 guys drafted in each of them, the only one that was below 60% was Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't one in 22. There wasn't one in 21. There wasn't one in 20. There was one in 2019. I'm trying to remember now. It's Daniel Jones. It was by 1/10 of a percent.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Lock was at 56.9. You have to go all the way back to 2018. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen was 56.2. Lamar Jackson was 57.0. So those are obviously outliers.
Mm-hmm.
What do those two guys have in common?
They do a lot with their legs.
There's where the Parcell rules kind of lost a step. There's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
There's absolutely nothing there about ability to create with your feet. So for me, I feel like I have to put not a conditional, because we're 8 years past that. So Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson came out 8 years ago.
Right.
There have been a lot of mobile guys that have become good quarterbacks. They don't have that problem. Jayden Daniels, he's 66.3. Caleb Williams is mobile to a point. He's 66.9. Drake Maye is 63.3. But then you get some on the other side that have been busts that have really high completion percentage. The thing that I had to wrap my brain around, not every one of these is going to disqualify bad prospects. It's also not going to put in good prospects. You got to have a whole list here. So I set my number at 66%.
Okay.
Over the last 5 classes, these are the quarterbacks that do not apply to the 66% rule. Michael Penix Jr., Drake Maye, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder, Malik Willis, Sam Howell, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert. Okay, I got a couple in there that I don't like that they didn't apply.
And you got like 2 outliers there.
Yep, I got 2 outliers. I feel like as I went through this, 66% feels about right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you disagree?
I do not.
All right, so we get to completion percentage at 66%. Now we get to starts. And this one, 3-year starter, that doesn't apply anymore.
No.
It just doesn't, because you get too many guys that get stacked up at Ohio State because they'll pay $4 million to Dylan Raiola. Dylan Raiola would start for probably, of 138 FBS schools, he'd probably start at 126 of them. He went to Oregon with the intention of declaring next year, taking over for Dante Moore being in the system. They paid him nicely because they got Papa Phil's checkbook. Do you think he deserves to get dinged for that? Because I don't.
The problem I would have with that is I hadn't seen you play in a year, right? And if I have seen you play, it's because Oregon got up by 30 and you came in late.
He's planning on coming out 2 years from now. When I say next year, we're already in 27.
Right.
I'm talking about 28. He's planning on taking over for Dante Moore when he comes out this year.
Mm-hmm. He was planning to this year, though.
Originally, that was the thought, but he didn't.
I thought that's what you were saying.
He didn't try to bail out of that.
Right. I thought that's what you were saying, that because he got screwed on this year, would you ding him if he was coming out next year? And yeah, I would. If I hadn't seen you play in a while, absolutely I would. But look, I mean, Joe Burrow broke this. He broke this rule for me.
Why do you say that?
Because he wasn't a 3-year starter. He had 2.
Yeah,
he had 1 year at LSU. He had the junior year or the sophomore year, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Went to Ohio State, transferred to LSU. He had that one season where it was like, hey man, by the end of the season, it was like there's really something there with this kid. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks going into the championship year in 2019.
And then the championship year, he broke everybody's
exactly. And it was like, okay, well, this guy's only, I'd heard that, like, this guy's only been a starter for X amount of games. Well, yeah, but when you're that good, it just doesn't matter to me anymore.
So I didn't necessarily, when you get on the high side, there are actually some outliers that kind of make me think you can start too many games.
Okay.
Over the same sample size, we've had a handful of guys that started a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix started 61.
Mm-hmm.
Jayden Daniels started 55. Desmond Ridder was at 50. Kenny Pickett was 49. Brock Purdy was 46. That 46 number, that kept coming up. 46 was a number that felt like it needed to be a range in some shape, form, or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert was at 42. Jalen Hurts was at 42. Then I went on the opposite side and realized, oh, yeah, here's where we're finding the absolute bust. Dwayne Haskins started 14. Kyler Murray started 17. Sam Darnold was at 27. Josh Allen was at 27, of which both of those two took a long time to get where they were going. J.J. McCarthy was 28. Bryce Young was 27. C.J. Stroud was 25. Anthony Richardson was 13.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Lance was 19. Mac Jones was 17. I will completely disqualify any quarterback that's below 28. I'll tell you how I got to that number. That's 2 years as a starter, and you played in extra football. Because if you just go through the season, play the 12 games in your schedule, conference championship game, and then you sit out a bowl game, you won't get to 28.
Mm-hmm.
That culled a lot of guys. I call that the Joe Burrow line. If I see you be elite for 2 years, that's plenty for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough. I don't really need more than that. When I get into the elite of the elite, they're going to take the money and run the vast majority of the time. For every Dante Moore, I'll give you 5 guys that dipped out maybe a year earlier than they should have, Sam Darnold, to get the money. Those guys tend to take longer. That's where I started manipulating the rule. I don't really want to start guys right away that are sub 40. Because if you look at the guys that are sub 40, a lot of them took a long time to pay off. Jordan Love took a long time to pay off. Zach Wilson was sub 40. He never paid off. So was Justin Fields. Malik Willis, I still don't think he's going to pay off. Bryce Young, we're just now getting to a point where we're talking about him as paying off. C.J. Stroud, there's been a lot of inconsistency. Anthony Richardson's not even close. So my rule is not the number of years that you started. It's the number of games that you started. I want you to go 28. Anything sub 28's off my board. If I'm wrong, I'll be wrong. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anything sub 28, I'm out. Anything over 40, I need to dig a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are guys like Desmond Ridder, they were just never really they were never NFL caliber quarterbacks.
Mm-mm.
Bo Nix, I think the positive of him is that he has come into the league just so prepared to play, but I think there's a ceiling. Brock Purdy, he was really ready to play. He started 47 games in college.
Mm-hmm.
Those two just by themselves are enough to almost cull every single draft bust since 2018. Just those two rules by themselves, they cut out virtually every bust. Because we got rid of Dwayne Haskins, we got rid of Kyler Murray, Anthony Richardson, Justin Fields. What? I mean, with 8 years of knowledge here, I feel pretty solid what those two things have set us on the path for. We don't have a lot of time left in this segment, so I'm going to kind of jump to one that's at the end. This one's not quantifiable, but it takes the tape into account. You have to have at least one elite trait. If you look at the guys that are going to be complete outliers, Josh Allen. What outlier did Josh Allen have?
Size.
Size was part of it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just size. It was that he could run. He could create. He was a play creator with his legs.
Mm-hmm.
And he had an absolute cannon. Baker Mayfield, on the other hand, had elite production. I don't really care about production. As I went through that, now there is a production element that we're going to get into in the next segment. It's a very broad spectrum. There are certain things that will disqualify you. Baker Mayfield did not have an elite trait. His confidence and bravado in his mouth, that's not a trait. Josh Allen had a big boy trait. Lamar Jackson had a big boy trait. It's the fastest quarterback I've ever seen. Him and Michael Vick are light years ahead of every other quarterback I've ever seen. That's an elite trait.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize this. I mean, because we're going back in time here to many drafts ago. What was Josh Rosen's elite trait?
Being a jackwagon?
He didn't have one. He had really good tape, but he didn't have an elite trait. And a lot of the quarterbacks that have busted out, J.J. McCarthy, his is, he processed the field really well. Yeah, because they had the best running game in the country. Doesn't cull everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Penix Jr. had a good deep ball arm. He had a big arm. He also had a big red flag of injuries. We'll get to that in a little bit as well. Will Levis had a big arm, and he was mobile. Will Levis is, to this day, the one that I look at and go, if he ever gets a second chance, I won't be shocked if he turns into Sam Darnold. I know you laugh at that every time I say it.
I do. Just like I laughed every time Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up Sam Darnold.
And I was right about Sam Darnold.
Sure.
The thing about Will Levis is that he breaks the mold of every rule you could possibly ever set. He started the right number of games. Where I'm at, the completion percentage was too low. Because he was 65.4. I said it needs to be above 66.
Right.
That's the only thing I have on him that makes me go, that kid can't work out.
Well,
he didn't complete enough passes, but he was at Kentucky.
There's that whole mayonnaise in his coffee thing.
Well, that's bizarre as well.
I mean, that's a big red flag.
I'll give you another one. What was the elite trait on Bryce Young?
They ain't got one.
Have one.
Mm-mm.
There wasn't one on Kenny Pickett. There wasn't one on Desmond Ridder. There wasn't one on Sam Howell. There wasn't one on Mac Jones. It doesn't cull everybody, but when you put in that multiplier of you've got to have the one big boy trait, the one thing that I can point out, not, he was such a veteran leader. I don't care about that because you're not going to be a veteran leader in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't translate, it doesn't count. That takes out Baker Mayfield, Josh Rosen, a whole bunch of guys that I never thought were going to be real-life NFL quarterbacks. We're deep in the trenches of the year of the quarterback and what next year is going to be. It is going to be really hard to decipher between all of these guys. And the elite trait was the one that I kept coming back to of, but he had that arm. But look what he could do with his feet. But look what he could do off script. Because that was Pat Mahomes back in 2017. If you watched him, it was super obvious when the play broke down, that kid got better. He also had a howitzer of an arm. He was just a little inaccurate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, was the inaccuracy because he was a Texas Tech? Or was the inaccuracy because he was an inaccurate quarterback? As time went on, it's very obvious. It was Texas Tech, not him. But Baker was accurate. Who cares? Baker didn't have an elite trait. In the YouTube chat, Realtor David said J.J. McCarthy was the most obvious bust ever. I would say he's up there pretty high. The most obvious bust of all time to me was Baker Mayfield. That's the most obvious one ever. And he's been a bust. He was not a number one overall pick. 3 guys taken behind him. One of them's won a Super Bowl. 2 of them won MVPs. That makes you a bust. I don't care what you think about him right now.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I took you over 2 MVPs and a Super Bowl champion. That makes you a bust. Period.
Mm-hmm.
The other one that for me was really easy to forecast being a bust was Anthony Richardson. I still don't understand how any team fell for that.
Congratulations, Colts.
But just those parameters, starts, completion percentage, and elite trait, that culls it down to now I've just got to nitpick to figure out what is it that I'm looking for. And now that's what we're going to do. There are some numbers that you should look for, and it is shocking how often they're right.
You are in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Quarterback Manifesto continues after this.
It happens only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is back.
Your hands in the air.
One stage, two nights.
Are you ready? Featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going, huh?
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 8.
With iHeart, everything you hear is guaranteed human. That's why 78% of listeners trust their favorite radio host's product recommendations. If you manage a business or need to drive sales, that trust goes a long way. Call 844-844-iHeart. Again, that's 844-844-iHeart.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
We're the first people to do podcasts. We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but, you know. Tired and sick. Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
News Radio 570 WWNC, now on FM. Yeah, we're now on AM and FM. It's too much news for one band. News Radio 570 WWNC, now on 92.9 FM.
This is ESPN Asheville, Asheville's #1 sports station.
Coming up the middle on a blitz. He throws to the end zone. Touchdown.
Beer City's Tar Heel station.
Off the back. Iron Wilson comes soaring in to dunk it home.
Home of the Sportsocracy.
He said, Kyle Shanahan asked, why isn't tic-tac-toe named Hugs and Kisses? Now that's all Tech's going to call it.
Live from the Ingalls studio, weekdays at noon, ESPN Asheville.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
I'm David.
And I'm Christina.
And this is our Ingalls story.
Ginger's Revenge is a brewery located in Asheville, North Carolina that specializes in the production of hard ginger beer.
So we use all natural, whole ingredients, and I think that really sets us apart.
Ingalls is an amazing partner for us to work with. A lot of our fans know that they can go to Ingalls and find a lot of the flavors that we have available, and they just make it really easy for folks to purchase local products.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
The Sportsocracy.
The ceiling is the roof. Let's make it happen. Let's keep moving forward.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. Jeremy Green's Quarterback Manifesto. He's putting new rules on the scouting of quarterbacks. The Bill Parcells rules were not enough. At least it doesn't translate to the way things work today.
No, I mean, because the game's changed.
It's changed.
I mean, literally half of what he came up with doesn't make a ton of sense for today.
No, but I could not agree more with your window of games played. If a guy's played way too many games in college football, the chances are that guy never was a prospect.
No.
That guy was not an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, there's one caveat that's different on that is Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels played 3 years in the wrong place. He came to LSU late, and then you went, oh, y'all are just terrible at coach. You just coached him terribly. There's an outlier to practically anything, but you look at Desmond Ridder, Kenny Pickett, Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr.
If you're an NFL star / NFL star in the making, you're not going to make it that long.
No.
That's my thing. Like these guys that have been 5 and 6 year quarterbacks. I'm okay.
Elite talents look at this and go,
6th round practice squad guy. Come on.
Elite talents look at college football and go, yeah, this will be fun for 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that 28 to about 45 starts. That seems to be the honey hole because all the ones that are grossly over it, they might be fine NFL quarterbacks. Outside of Jayden Daniels, none of them are stars. None of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the bust rate is insanely high.
Yep.
Then I noticed there's another one that seems to be a really good indicator of success.
Mm-hmm.
Yards per attempt.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield was 11.5.
Mm-hmm.
That would bring him back from the dead. Because 11.5 is one of the highest, if not the highest. I think it is the highest in the last 7 years. The only ones in his class are Kyler Murray at 10.7.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to get there. C.J. Stroud at 10.1. And Mac Jones at 11.2. Tua Tagovailoa at 10.9. What do those two things tell you?
What's that?
What does every quarterback that I just said, what do they all have in common?
They played in like massive spread gimmicky offenses.
Well, 2 of them did. Then you got 2 Alabama guys. You got an Ohio State guy. What did all of those have? NFL wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So yards per attempt for me is one of those that I can't put into the formula because it's too easy to manipulate. I can, however, put a stipulation on it. The number of NFL wide receivers you played with. I'm going to give you a list of guys. Justin Herbert, how many big-time receivers do you remember coming out of Oregon from 2018 to 2020?
None.
Weird. He was at 8.3. Trevor Lawrence, how many NFL caliber wide receivers do you remember coming out of Clemson? Justin Ross was the best one.
He was the best one in that. Okay.
Because DeAndre was before him.
Right. He was with Deshaun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was at 8.9.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll see a bunch of them that are fluffed up on the high side, which gets into another part of this. How many passes did you throw? Because all of the ones that have a really high yards per completion, they didn't throw a ton of passes. Zach Wilson, yeah, he averaged almost 10 yards per attempt.
Mm-hmm.
He only started 30 games, and he didn't throw nearly as much as you want him to. And there are a lot of these guys. Bailey Zapp, he threw almost 1,500 passes in college.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Pickett threw almost 1,700. That pulls theirs down. Because once you throw that many passes, it's just not going to be that high.
Mm-hmm.
So I started tying all of this into completion percentage because I've already said I want that completion percentage at 66%. I think the number of NFL wide receivers you play with is a strange indicator of success.
Yeah. Trevor was with T. Higgins, wasn't he?
He had T.
Yeah. Okay.
So he had
good
that,
catch, Jonathan.
He had
or
that
Joshua,
one.
sorry.
He
Joshua
did have that
Penix.
one. But, I mean, just look at the list of guys that have been successful that have come out in this window. I got the list pulled up in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
If you go by year, starting in 2018. In the 2018 class, Sam Darnold. Ton of USC receivers coming out back then. They had talent, but how many of them worked? This is not did they get drafted. It's did they work out. Mm-hmm. That was a good catch by Welch because T. Higgins is a better NFL receiver than I think he was even college receiver.
It was Joshua Penix, by the way.
Or Joshua Penix.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said Jonathan.
I said Jonathan. Just J's get mixed up in my head.
Josh Allen played with none. His yards per attempt was 6.7. He didn't play with any NFL caliber receivers. Lamar Jackson didn't play with any NFL caliber receivers. Baker Mayfield did. Mac Jones did. Justin Fields did. C.J. Stroud did. Kyler Murray did. It fluffs that number up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that yard per attempt stat, even though it is a decent indicator, it's too easy to manipulate.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, being in a Lincoln Riley offense.
If there's anything that I've noticed especially this offseason, because I've heard it a lot. People get very snowed by big numbers. Like, oh, he had 1,000 rushing yards. It's a 17-game season. That means you average 60 yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
That's not impressive. That's an accumulation stat. Accumulation stats don't mean squat to me outside of one. If you throw for over 5,000 yards, you had a year. Invariably. And I almost said 4,500. There's just been too many times that I've seen guys like Jameis Winston that threw for 4,500 yards and had 30 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Or 26 or whatever it was he had in that weird year. You throw for 5,000 yards, you were slinging it.
I think it was 33, actually.
Was it 33? He had a 26, too. Jameis Winston, he was a national treasure.
He was a walking turnover. But damn, he's fun to watch.
He was fun to watch.
On the field and off the field.
As a Florida State fan, he was less fun to watch.
Well, I mean, I meant now, you know.
Oh, he's a funny dude.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Now, not then.
So then I boiled that down to, okay, yards per attempt, we can factor that in. It can be an addendum. The one that's almost undefeated, touchdown to interception ratio. That's one Bill had right.
Mm-hmm.
Even still to this day.
Yeah, it never changes. You can't throw more interceptions and me be like, yeah, that's fine.
There have been a handful of guys that have thrown a lot more interceptions than you would think. Like Josh Allen, barely cleared 2-1.
Not surprising.
Lamar Jackson was not – he didn't clear 2-1 by a ton.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you look, as time has gone on, the numbers have morphed. Because as we have spread college football out more and more and more, and you're getting more and more wide receivers that are just dogs, I can't evaluate 25 yet. I can't. So Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, there's not enough there for me to say good, bad, or indifferent. They could all still be good. They could all still be bust. 24, I got a pretty good idea. Caleb Williams threw 93 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Jayden Daniels was 4.5-1. Drake Maye, everybody talks about how turnover prone he was. He was 4-1. J.J. McCarthy was 4.5-1. Bo Nix was 4.5-1. Michael Penix was 3-1. So 2-1 at this point in the 2020s. In the 2020s. So from 2020 to 2024, the only quarterbacks that did not comfortably clear 2-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Jordan Love was one interception away from being smack dab on 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
60 touchdowns, 29 interceptions. Desmond Ridder was about 2.5-1, which, I mean, you still cleared it pretty comfortably. But that's how badly everybody else is beating us. Anthony Richardson did not clear 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Will Levis did not clear 2-1.
How much of a detriment is level of football? Because when you say Desmond Ridder was 2.5-1,
yeah, but he did that play in Cincinnati.
I don't care if he played in the Sun Belt or what. What were they in?
Oh, they were in
Cincinnati was in the
Cincinnati was in the American.
American, yeah. I don't really care.
Anything sub 2-1 is an immediate off the board. I won't touch one.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that's the one that gets Will Levis. Anybody that can't clear 2-1, I'm out.
Yeah.
I want you to clear 4.5-1. Because at 4.5-1, about the only ones that Trey Lance, he just didn't play enough games. Trey Lance was 48-1.
Mm-hmm. And you'd kick yourself for missing out on a guy like Josh Allen because of that rule. But you will definitely kick yourself if you took anybody else in that class.
Yes. Yes.
The one outlier does not make me change the rule.
That doesn't make a rule.
Right.
And yes, there will be guys like Brett Favre and Josh Allen and guys that they fall out of it. The tape on both of them was insane because they had cannons. That's where that elite trait thing comes in. That's where all of that plays in to me, is do you have that elite trait? Touchdown to interception ratio has carried. but it's not 2-1 anymore. If you can't clear 2-1, you're not any good.
Yeah.
You need to clear 4.5 to 1.
That's a pretty high bar. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. We got more rules coming up next.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
I continue to push on through our Thursday with clouds mixing with sunshine into the afternoon hours. Should get just above 80 degrees, maybe an isolated thunder shower. Tonight, some clouds around, dropping back to about 57. Friday looks great, lots of sunshine, 80. Thickening clouds Saturday with a chance of some showers, 77, and partly sunny on Sunday, 72. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Station.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa. Bright, spicy, zesty, impossible to ignore. It brings main character energy to every bite. Not just a sauce, it's a star. Only at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations. For a limited time only, while supplies last.
Thursday, June 18th, the Orange Peel presents the Kiefer Sutherland Band.
Said I'm wasting my life just paying my bills, doing my time but getting no chills.
Get your tickets now online at theorangepeel.net. Don't miss the Kiefer Sutherland Band live June 18th. See you at the Peel.
48 countries.
Only one winner.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. Every unforgettable moment wherever you are. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The world will be listening.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
Welcome back in to the program. And my weird story today is, today is a sad day. Today is a day of remembrance. And the people at the top of our government, they're on top of it.
That's never been said before.
I know. Because getting ahead of today's horrible anniversary, and we'll never forget where we were. On Monday, the White House sent out a tweet, said, "Today we remember a legend." Tomorrow marks 10 years since we lost him. 10 years since the moment the world stopped scrolling and collectively mourned something bigger than a meme. He became a symbol of loyalty, strength, chaos, unity, and the strange beauty of the internet bringing millions of people together for one cause. Never forgetting Harambe. Everyone remembers where they were when they heard the news, and somehow, a decade later, his legacy still lives on. Gone, but never forgotten. Rest easy to a true patriot. Harambe the gorilla, in case you didn't know, a true patriot to America. Gone 10 years ago today. We'll never forget. They're on top of it. What? I'm not sure, but they're on top of it.
A true patriot.
A true patriot. He's a true patriot. That is a symbol of loyalty, strength, chaos, unity, and the strange beauty of the internet bringing millions of people together.
I don't even remember what he died of.
They shot him. The kid fell into the enclosure in the Cincinnati Zoo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then the zookeepers shot and killed Harambe.
And then people act like they shot and killed the kid.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then caused a lot of people to bring them out.
Yeah,
and you need to keep them up.
I'm really glad. I'm really glad that I wasn't on radio back then, because there would have been a lot of people that really didn't like me. I'm resisting the urge to say something right now.
We'll never forget. Forever in our hearts.
To the chat. My story is about Jim Harbaugh. I don't know if you know this about Jim Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he celebrated the Harambe anniversary because he is a lover of all things. Specifically, he is a lover of love.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Justin Herbert went with Madison Beer on her European tour. By the way, I was today years old when I found out she was a singer. Did you know that?
Who's Madison Beard?
His girlfriend. By the way, Justin Herbert, elite trait.
Oh.
He convinced her to do naked things with him.
Oh,
That is Justin Herbert's elite trait.
Yeah.
If you ever question whether Justin Herbert's got that dog in him, just look at them sitting courtside at a Laker game. That is a franchise quarterback.
It's not that hard to do, though, when you look like Justin Herbert does and you have millions
Justin
of
Herbert
dollars.
looks like a 16-year-old going through puberty. Somehow he's 28 years old, still has acne. And I get it. It's an affliction that afflicts many. But Justin Herbert looks like an overgrown 16-year-old. If that dude got that girl, I don't care how much money he's got. Because I got news for you. There's a whole mess of dudes that have a lot of money that have been taking shots at that girl for, I don't know, her entire life. I didn't know what she did. I knew she was famous, but I thought she was one of those like Kim Kardashian. She's famous because she's famous.
Famous because she's pretty.
Yeah. Hey, what's the thing you bring to the world? I couldn't tell you a Madison Beer's song for $5 million.
I'm curious if we even have any Madison Beer music. What does she sing? Just like pop music?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's pop.
I mean, I don't know.
She doesn't
Is she
look
a country
I don't think
person,
she
or?
opens for Guar. Let's put it that way.
Well, I knew that, dum-dum.
I'm going to say it's not her Guar.
No, if she did, I'd know who she was. I can promise you that.
Anyway, we got a little sidetracked here.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert took 2 weeks go on a European tour with Madison Beers. And Jim Harbaugh was asked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And his answer was a little strange to me. He said, I was happy. He went to support Madison on her music tour. Madison supports him at football games. He told me he wasn't going to be here for those 2 weeks, and my first reaction was, you need a ride to the airport?
Yeah.
I don't care that Justin Herbert missed OTAs. I just don't care.
No.
It doesn't mean much to me. It's not a new offense. I mean, it is a new offense, but it's not a new cast of characters. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really shocked that Jim Harbaugh was the one to say that.
I kind of am, too. I mean, I thought he was a little bit more, I don't know, old school than that. Because could you imagine what any of Jim's coaches would have said to him had he come to them in 1984 and said, "Hey, I want to go with my girlfriend on a vacation during training camp"? I don't think that would have gone over too well. Did he play for Ditka? Could you imagine what Ditka would have said?
I don't think so.
He was in Chicago, but I
don't
know that Ditka was there when he was.
I wonder if Troy Aikman followed around Lori Morgan on the road when he was winning Super Bowls for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he didn't.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, because that meant he would have had to listen to Lori Morgan sing, which...
Yeah, 1987 to 1993. He was with the Chicago Bears. That was in the Ditka years.
I was a little young for that. I remember Harbaugh was on that team, but I don't remember much about it.
No, I mean, I can't tell you anything that happened specifically. I just know that he was on that team, and could you imagine what Mike Ditka would say to his star quarterback if he came to him and said, "I was going to miss training camp because of going with his girlfriend on tour"?
By the way, for those that are curious, Troy Aikman is now currently dating a children's book author. I was trying to remember the name of the country singer that Troy Aikman dated, so I searched Troy Aikman girlfriend, and it told me the whole anthology of women he dated.
Aha. Okay.
How hard is it to be a children's book author now? And every parent gets pissed at everything. I wrote a children's book. Everything You Think Is Stupid by Jeremy Green.
It'd sell like hotcakes. I'm telling you. You know that Go the F to Sleep book? Yeah. That sold 1 billion copies.
If I wrote a children's book, I guarantee Adrian Peterson would buy 11 copies of it. That's why I lathered it up and said it again.
Hey, don't beat kids.
No.
Nope. It's not a thing that you should do. All right, ready to get back into the rules here for the Quarterback Manifesto. What are the rules that prospects for the NFL who play quarterback should follow? Or the criteria that they should meet?
I got to one, and there's almost no outliers.
Okay.
I don't want your rushing yards to be that high.
Okay.
So I set the bar at 1,300.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a list of quarterbacks that rush for over 1,300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
In all of these classes put together. Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Lamar Jackson.
There's one.
Jayden Daniels. Malik Willis.
Out.
Desmond Ridder.
Nope.
Trey Lance.
Nope.
Jalen Hurts.
No.
Pass.
Give me fun.
If you pull that down to 1,000, Justin Fields. No. Sam Howell. Brock Purdy. Anthony Richardson. Hendon Hooker. Drake May. Bo Nix. There's one more that I'm... Kyler Murray. I knew there was one that was at 1,001.
Yeah.
The bust rate on those guys is really, really high.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go over 1,000 yards, it better be what you do. And that's my rule. If you rushed for 1,000 yards or more, you better be a running quarterback. Because the only two good ones I just said were Lamar and Jayden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one that blew my mind. Josh Allen ran for 767 yards in college. It's a super biased stat. He got sacked about 1 billion times.
Mm-hmm.
He rushed for more than that, but when you take out the sack yardage, it pushes him below 1,000.
He lost that many yards on sacks?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Josh Rosen rushed for 133 less yards than you and I did.
Yeah. I don't care.
I think this is the best way for me to explain the dichotomy of a running quarterback versus a quarterback who can run. There are a lot of mobile quarterbacks. I would say, when I say one that's not mobile, you feel free to let me know. I would say Baker Mayfield is a mobile quarterback.
Yes.
I would say Sam Darnold is a mobile quarterback.
Okay.
He can step up and move if he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen. Caleb Williams. Nope. Man, we went through a period where there's a bunch of guys that don't like to move at all. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
All of those guys run when they need to. It's not a fail-safe because there's a honey hole. I want you to be able to step up in the pocket and get out of trouble and save yourself from getting squished in the pocket. That's what takes out guys like Drew Lock, Josh Rosen, Mac Jones. None of those guys could move. I don't think you can be a statue right now. If you're going to be a running quarterback, I want you to be a running quarterback.
Okay.
Because for me, there's 3 levels. There's mobile, which is what all the guys that I just said, they are mobile enough, but they don't use it. It's not an arrow in their quiver. It's an absolute break glass in case of emergency. Then there's the guys that just run all the time, which is Jayden, Lamar, Jalen Hurts. That mid-tier, they run because they don't know what else to do. And that's how you wind up with a Trey Lance, a Justin Fields, a Daniel Jones. They run way more than they should. And it's borderline disqualifying for me. If you're a runner, it should be a weapon of yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I would argue Josh Allen fits into that too. He just didn't run that much in college. I want it to be a weapon. I want it to be Lamar Jackson where I have to scheme this out because it makes up for some things. So you look at Lamar and his accuracy numbers were lower. Do you realize how many big plays that kid threw for in college?
Bunch.
Because safeties were scared to death of him. And so a receiver gets behind the safeties, and that's a big play.
Mm-hmm.
That's one drive's worth of big plays in one throw. And he could do it very, very often. A couple more in the YouTube
he could
chat
also
that were
take
mentioned.
off and run a 65-yarder on your ass.
A couple more that were mentioned in the YouTube chat. Tyler Shuck and Pat Mahomes. Yeah, they're both mobile too. I'm good with mobile. I'm good with running quarterbacks. I didn't used to be, but I'm there now. I think the league's gotten to a point that the Jaydens and the Lamars and even Jalen Hurts to a point has shown you can win in this league doing it this way. Do you have to build the team out in a specific way? Yes, you do. I think you've seen that a couple of years with the Baltimore Ravens where that team was not built exactly correctly because they didn't have the deep threats. They had more precision, contested catch receivers, and Lamar wasn't as good. But then you see the 2 MVP years and go, oh, yeah, when everything's built correctly, he is the most dangerous player in the NFL. Now, I feel like we've constructed a nice set of rules here. Do you feel like anything else needs to be added?
I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head. No.
I have one more caveat.
Okay.
Injuries.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
If you've missed more than 6 games across more than one season, that's important. Anybody can get hurt once. If you've missed 2 games here, 3 games here, 4 games there, you are not my Huckleberry. Because it's going to burn me. Yeah. And I know it's going to burn me. Because you will be that guy that is hurt time and time and time and time and time again. It didn't bother me as much with Tyler Shuck, but that's because we took him in the second round.
Yeah.
You know, as an industry, I knew he was not going on night 1. I don't want to take a first-round quarterback that has had injury issues. Gary Birch asked, sacks taken. That falls as much into your line at times because you got to understand some of these guys that got sacked a lot, they played at smaller schools. I'll go ahead and tell you, I prefer smaller school quarterbacks. I don't love guys, and I'll give you an example. Julian Sayin. Bill Workman and I talked about him ad nauseum Monday night. Julian Sayin, up until this point, has had Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, just a ton of dudes to throw to. This year, he's going to have Jeremiah Smith and Chris Henry Jr., who's 6'5" and faster than his dad was. I'm not going to get a perfect account of what this kid is. You're throwing to weapons that are so good, it's almost hard to fail. And so I do take that in. I don't have a way to quantify that, but it is something in the back of my head.
All right, one more hour to go here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Now we apply the rules and see what we have for the 2027 NFL draft class. Be back after this.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
I continue to push on through our Thursday with clouds mixing with sunshine into the afternoon hours. Should get just above 80 degrees, maybe an isolated shower, thunder shower. Tonight, some clouds around, dropping back to about 57. Friday looks great, lots of sunshine, 80. Thickening clouds Saturday with a chance of some showers, 77. And partly sunny on Sunday, 72. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stage.
This report is sponsored by eBay. eBay is home to millions of finds, and each one becomes part of your story. From your favorite vintage band tee to the dream car you've been searching for or the foul ball you heroically gave away. It's all there on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
America is turning 250, and iHeartRadio is celebrating with $250,000 in cash. Starting Monday, listen for your chance to win $2,500 so you can take the ultimate American getaway.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Incredible service, honest communication, trusted accountability. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Spring cleaning meets hosting season with Zero Res. Get carpets cleaned for just $35 per room, and stairs are now only $35 too. Plus, take $50 off air duct cleaning. Book now at ZeroResAsheville.com and get guest ready today.
I'm Naheem Hines. I support the Muscular Dystrophy Association because they help my mom and kids like Ethan.
Thanks to the Muscular Dystrophy Association and people like you, I have more hope than ever before.
Join us and learn more at mda.org today.
When you're a grocery store, hunger has no place in your community. That's why at Ingalls, we donate over 2 million pounds of food every year to those who need it. It's the right thing to do, and we know you'd do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of urgency, timely, responsive, focused, prioritizing you as our customer and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
The Ingalls Advantage isn't just about savings or the best quality food for your family. It's more than that. It's the advantage of being a part of a community. That's why we provide over 2 million pounds of food every year through regular donations and programs like the Ingalls Giving Tree, Food for Thought, and the Ingalls Fill a Backpack program. It's the right thing to do, and we know that you would do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
This is ESPN Asheville, Asheville's #1 sports station.
Coming up the middle on a blitz, he throws to the end zone, touchdown!
Beer City's Tar Heel station.
Off the back, Wilson comes soaring in to dunk it home.
Home of the Sportsocracy.
He said, Kyle Shanahan asked, why isn't tic-tac-toe named Hugs and Kisses? That's all Tech's going to call it.
Live from the Ingalls studio, weekdays at noon. ESPN Asheville. ESPN Asheville.
Yeah.
WPEK Fairview. WMXF Waynesville. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Live from the Ingalls studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God, the Jets killed him.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. We heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app. You can watch us on YouTube, live or on demand. All of the episodes live there forever. That's the beautiful thing about the YouTubes. You can also check us out on your favorite podcast app, which, of course, should be the iHeart Radio app. Every episode archived there. It is Quarterback Manifesto Day, so the last hour was all about the new rules or the new requirements for first-round quarterbacks taken in the NFL draft. Now we get to apply those rules to the 2027 class, which has 27 quarterbacks, I believe, that are on the radar for someone in this upcoming draft. Before we get into that, though, I do have a message for Sal. This Sal Paolantonio water that they put in our refrigerator.
That would be Pellegrino.
This stuff's disgusting. Why do people drink this? It tastes like the static on AM radio.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. I'd have to mix that with a Coke to make it taste like anything, and I think that's beside the point. I mean, that's the antithesis of the mineral water. See, I just saw mineral water, and I was like, oh, lovely,
a cold water.
A cold water. What is this crap that I'm drinking?
It's
Man.
Never understood sparkling water.
Man. Sal, do better.
Water shouldn't sparkle.
Stick to football. That's what you're good at.
Would be Pellegrino. Since we're just voicing things that really grind my gears,
yeah.
Stop bringing your dog to work. Just stop doing it.
Stop doing it. Don't do that.
It's real fun when you're walking through the halls of your workplace and you just hear. That's fun. I'm gonna start bringing my pet. Did I not tell anybody that I bought a Siberian panther? I can't.
He's the cute kitty.
I can't wait for my pet to play with yours. I'm really looking forward to that day. I think they're gonna be best good friends. I really do.
I said that the other day on the morning show on 570 AM. Now Mark loves to bring his little dog to work.
I know. Whose dog do you think I was referring to?
Oh, sure.
I love walking to my office when he's been depoted back there. Like, oh, we'll just let him rest in there. And I go to walk to my office and I hear.
You just want to punt that little thing just 60 yards.
You're in my space, not the other way around. You want to get territorial about your house? That's fine. Do you see the name on that door? Because it's mine.
Did you know there was such a thing as a cat cafe? Because I had never heard of this before.
I've heard.
And Mark was telling a story about how there's a cat cafe here in town where come to find out, you don't take your cat or your pet to the cat cafe. It's a cafe for people who want to come hang out with cats while they drink their coffee. And they charge by the half hour. Like, for you to even be in the door, it costs you $7 to be there for half an hour so you can pet their cat. And, it sounds like a good deal, but it's not that. What you're thinking is not that.
Yeah, they have the same thing in Las Vegas.
It costs much more.
Way more an
hour. Much more than $7 for a half hour. No doubt about it. And so I just popped off and was like, you know what? This is another perfect example of why you should never bring your pets nowhere. Your pet belongs in one place, your house. You bought that pet and you want to play with it, you play with it at your house. Stop bringing it to public places where the rest of us have to deal with it. Restaurants, bars, those are people places. You want to take your dog out to eat? You go buy him a steak out at the Ingles supermarkets, low prices, love the savings. You take that damn thing out to the river, right? Y'all go hang out in a park somewhere. Don't bring that into an establishment.
Also why I don't hang out in parks.
You don't bring that thing into a business establishment. Just bringing your damn dog to work.
When people walk up to me with their dog, it kind of reminds me of when people hand me a pamphlet on the road. It's like, here's a thing that I know you probably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you every single thing about it that I could cram into a 2-minute interaction.
You want to take your dog to work? Start working from home.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
And I hate to say this, I largely feel the same way about your children.
The children's a little different.
That thing your kid does that you think is super cute, let me just go ahead and tell you something. It's not.
The rest of us don't think
it's not
so.
Cute. Especially this new thing that a lot of kids do, which is they put their fingers in their ears and scream at the top of their lungs. That's
hell
not
no.
I've dealt with 2 of those in a week. I was picking up dinner the other night in Greenville, and there was a kid just having a full meltdown. And I'm like, look, I had 3 kids. I get it. I said nothing, but then the parent just functioned as if nothing was happening. Ignoring it away is the thing you do at your house.
100%. You shut that thing up.
I did not say that.
You shove a roll in its mouth until it stops. That's called abuse. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't listen to Tank. Tank's kids set fires. Don't take parental advice from Inferno Man over there.
Yeah, no, I just don't see how people deal with it. Like how people live with themselves for putting other people through that. Like, because when I was a parent,
dogs now.
No, I'm talking about kids. When I was a parent of young children, and the boys got cranky, and we're not having public place anymore. We out.
Yeah,
I'm scooping you up, and we are out of here.
That means
I'll pay the bill tomorrow.
Home.
Like, you bring me my check right now, or I'll come back tomorrow and pay it. But we are out this door because nobody else needs to put up with that.
We have a super chat aimed directly at Captain Inferno. We actually have 2 from the same person. The first one from Red Sea says, suddenly I see why the Arson twins set fires. I've been thinking that for a solid minute and a half now. I'll show him, make me go home. All I wanted was some cinnamon butter.
Okay.
From the Texas Roadhouse. By the way, I just learned that's not actually butter.
Okay.
That's breaking news. That melted my brain.
What is it?
I don't know. There's a lot of words that I don't know what they mean, but none of them were butter.
Like a margarine?
No, that wasn't the word they said either, because I know that one. It was a whole lot of glycols and things like that.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still going to eat it.
Not surprised by that.
Realtor David says he loves cats. And you know what? I laud that for you. I am allergic to cats. So I need cats to stay as far away from me as humanly possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my face explodes.
All right, we got one more?
Yes.
Cause it's all about the money, money, money. All about the money, money, money. I do this for my hustle.
Red Sea said, wait a minute. Tank's on to something here. Ever since Harambe, my teams have been god-awful. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets in Florida State. We have no playoff wins since Harambe.
Oh, there's a whole theory. Google it, like the world blew up after Harambe. And there's like websites dedicated to how that moment in history, 10 years ago today, when Harambe got shot by the Cincinnati zookeepers, everything in this world went whoop, flipped up, turned upside down, like you was in a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And they're not wrong. I mean, all the craziness that we've been through in the last decade can all tie back to that moment.
Or it could tie back to the moment that all of you people started bringing your damn dogs to the brewery. I want to drink my beer without fur in it. Okay?
No kidding. I will never forget the day that I had a friend come up from Charleston. We're hanging out. Let's go downtown. Let's go to the breweries. Let's have some brews. Okay. So we go down to Wicked Weed. We were at Wicked Weed because I remember we were outside on the patio right next to the Orange Peel. And this was back when Stu and I both smoked. So we were in the bar. We were having our beers. We were like, let's go have a cigarette. And so we go outside. We go down as far away from everybody else as possible. And we're up against the fence right there at the Orange Peel. Everybody else is over under the covered awning, blah, 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 blah. We lit up our cigarettes.
I see where this is headed.
We lit up our cigarettes. And sure enough, some dude comes over. And he's like, you can't smoke over here. And I lost my mind. Because there was a dog sitting on the damn picnic table. Like, you let the dog put its butthole where people eat. But you want me smoking a cigarette a good 25 feet away from everybody else. Make that make sense. Make it make sense.
I didn't intend on this being this really grinds my gears hour, but there it is.
It was one of the most baffling things I had ever heard of. Like, I get it. We're the pariahs now in society. Fine. But you're letting the dog sit on a table that people put food on. Give me a break.
Apparently, we need to have a segment called, you know what really grinds my gears every day? Red Sea said it's funny. More of this. Just do more of this.
Just more of this. It makes us forget that football's not around. Keep talking about football, and I got no football to watch.
Oh, I've got a lot of football to watch because I've got a lot of quarterbacks to grade.
So applying your quarterback manifesto rules to the 2027 draft class, what have you learned so far?
I have learned there are a slew of quarterbacks that I like a lot better than I thought I did. And I have learned there are a slew of quarterbacks that this year will be telling for. We're going to start with the one that I already know exactly what he is. And I know that's going to sound strange when I've said there are 18 quarterbacks in this class that I'm convinced there are 18 guys in this class that could be first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one that I know exactly what he is. What name do you think I'm going to say here?
Quarterback in this class that you know what he is.
I know exactly what he is.
Lenoris Sellers.
He's up there pretty high.
Okay.
Because I know roughly what he is.
Okay. Is it Arch?
It's Arch.
Really?
That's the only one.
Okay.
Everybody else, and that's with 16 starts. Arch will get to 28 starts this year, so long as he doesn't get hurt.
Okay.
I think the touchdown to interception ratio is going to get better. It's 3.5 to 1 right now. he fits into everything else. The completion percentage needs to come up just a little bit. I also think they are going to run rough shot over that schedule. I think Texas is the best team. Texas and Ohio State are the two best teams in the country to me.
Okay.
I have serious, honest-to-God questions about everybody else. And some of them apply. Some of them, the rules are what got me. Some of them are the tapes what got me. But
Right.
I'm going into this year with a pretty clear consensus that Arch Manning's my one. Because I just don't see anything that he can't do consistently. Because he is mobile. He's not a runner, but he is mobile.
Mm-hmm.
He is a high-end deep ball thrower. I mean, I'm not sitting here telling you he's got, a Jamarcus Russell arm, but he is an elite deep ball thrower.
Okay.
If he could the best way I can explain Arch Manning is that right now he's Jose Canseco. He can do things that nobody should be able to do this to the ball. And yet he'll miss a belt-high 82-mile-an-hour fastball. That's going to come in time. You can't have all of these things going for you and be the guy that misses the easy one. And it all ties back to once he gets his feet right, he's good.
Okay.
Everything else, I've already seen it. And I think I'll be honest with you, I think there's a great chance Arch Manning's going to win the Heisman.
Okay. That's a high hopes.
Look how good Texas is. Texas is out of this world good. They have 3 of, at bare minimum, the top 11 players in this class. And one of them's an edge rusher, one of them's a tackle, one of them's Arch Manning, and then they've got Cam Coleman as well, who's a wide receiver, who's also probably in the top 11.
Okay. Top 11 overall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That team is going to be insane. With it not being, because they were not it was a very talented roster, but it needed that year. I saw the strife last year, and I watched him grow through it. He evolved over the course of the year. People were disappointed by Arch because of that Ohio State loss, which I don't understand. Yes, they didn't score against the arguably best defense in the country.
Right.
Okay. Go watch him towards the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It was real obvious how good that kid is.
Mm-hmm.
It was real obvious how good that kid was. Now, we get into the rest of the class, and there's a lot more questions there. We do have a super chat before we do that.
Show me the money, money. Show me the money. I like the cash.
It's from Realtor David, who said, which is more annoying, whiny kids in a restaurant or whiny Mahomes whining to the refs in the rare occasion that they're not helping the Chiefs?
I mean, both are
they
annoying.
Both grind my gears pretty aggressively.
Yes. That is one of the things I do not like about quarterbacks is begging for fouls. I hated it about Tom Brady, and I hated it about Patrick Mahomes.
I can't stand it out of anybody. The begging for call guy drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's insane. Who's better coming out? Kevin Mullen wants to know, Eli or Arch?
Arch, not close. If Eli Manning's if his name was Eli Smith, he'd been third-round pick. And I saw Realtor David said Arch is overrated. I don't think you're going to be saying that by the end of this year. I watched a lot of Arch Manning.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch the first 6 games, I think he started 16 games. That's the number I have in my head. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's accurate. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. In 16 games, if you watch the first 8, I understand why you say he's overrated. If you watch the last 8 and say that, I'm going to need you to explain that. If for nothing else, just watching the progression.
Yeah.
This kid's still super young. I mean, of all the quarterbacks that are going to be in this discussion, he started the fewest games outside of 2.
Mm-hmm. He got better as the season went along. That was for sure. He was not good in that opening game against Ohio State.
No, he wasn't.
And then he came out and he just went nanners against lower-level competition. And he did get better down the stretch of the season. But
well, you say lower-level competition. Those last 4 games or 5 games.
No, I'm saying at the beginning of the year.
Oh.
After he had that bad game against Ohio State, and everybody was like, this ain't the number 1 quarterback in the class.
And I get it. You're not impressed by Sam Houston State. You're not impressed by
no. That's what I'm saying.
San Jose State.
Right. The next 3 games, he throws 10 touchdowns and 1 interception, and everybody wanted immediately to go to, oh, see, this is Arch Manning. Yeah, but he was playing scrub teams. I mean, that didn't even count.
The 3 tapes that burned him are Ohio State, UTEP, and Kentucky.
Georgia. That Georgia game was not good.
Disagree.
Oh, okay. All
right. On him. Go back and watch that tape and tell me exactly where.
Like what he could have done to change it? Yeah. The team was not
when
good.
you've got a receiver that's locked up, what exactly is he supposed to do? That's what I noticed against Georgia was none of these receivers seemed to even care by the 3rd quarter. And it was – I'm not going to lie. That Georgia tape did – it kind of changed something in me about Steve Sarkisian. I never loved him. That one was really disappointing. But then you go watch those 2 the later tapes, A&M. The A&M game, it was the worst stat line I've ever seen on the best game.
Okay.
He was good in the bowl game against Michigan. He lit Arkansas up, and the best tape he had was against Vanderbilt. If you watch that Vanderbilt tape and tell me you didn't like that, I'm going to need you to explain it to me. Now, if you started really not liking him, and that's the only one you got, okay. Give me 12 games. Give me the benefit of the doubt of 12 games and watch what happens. I know where this is headed. I've looked at this team. I have 2 very sizable wagers on Ohio State and Texas to win the national title because that's the only 2 teams I think can do it. I think everybody else is playing for second. Oregon's within shouting distance 3. Everybody else, good luck. Good luck. They just have better players than you.
So is that supposed to make me like Arch more or less?
I've seen him progress without the insane talent. Because, look, Cam Coleman wasn't there last year. Cam Coleman's the one that's going to change everything. Because you're going to see that kid go from mediocre coaching, mediocre quarterback play, to Arch and Steve Sarkisian, who I don't think is great, but he's light years ahead of Hugh Freeze.
Yeah.
And you're going to see just how good that kid is. I think the same thing about Nick Marsh at Indiana. Because I'll go ahead and tell you, Josh Hoover will be one that people talk about a lot. Because he's going to throw up numbers. And people, is Kurt Cignetti the new quarterback whisperer? No. He's just a really good recruiter, and he's a really good college football coach. Doesn't change how I feel about Josh Hoover, the prospect.
Right.
But then you got a bunch of other guys. They could be the number 2 pick in the draft. They could be second-round picks. Neither one's going to shock me.
Yeah. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. More on the 2027 quarterbacks next.
It happens only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is back.
Put your hands in the air.
One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready?
featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going, huh?
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 8.
Voters are listening to the radio, tons of them. If you're running for office, radio is where people are actually tuned in, not swiping past ads. Connect with communities everywhere and get on the air in just 48 hours. Visit winwithiheart.com. That's winwithiheart.com.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
We're the first people to do podcasts.
We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but,
Tired and sick.
tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets, just like in the car. You're our number one. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have: Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
I'm David.
And I'm Christina.
And this is our Ingalls story.
Ginger's Revenge is a brewery located in Asheville, North Carolina that specializes in the production of hard ginger beer.
So we use all natural, whole ingredients, and I think that really sets us apart.
Ingalls is an amazing partner for us to work with. A lot of our fans know that they can go to Ingalls and find a lot of the flavors that we have available, and they just make it really easy for folks to purchase local products.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
Take all this, burn it, okay? Gasoline, kerosene, either one. Burn it.
Back in the Sportsocracy and applying the rules of the Quarterback Manifesto for 2026 to the draft class of 2027. It's been said that 25 quarterbacks could get drafted in this next draft. And it's not going to be that many, but I think it's close.
The only thing, and I will say, Bill Workman and I sounded this out in Greenville Monday. Don't be shocked if you see a bunch of these guys that have eligibility go, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where I'm going to land. I think you're going to have wildly different boards.
What does the crop look like in 28? Right, you'll have Dylan Raiola, who we already talked about, but it can't be anywhere near this many.
You won't know as much because a lot of the guys that are up that high, I mean, you're looking at Bryce Underwood from Michigan. I mean, so you got 2 full years of tape from him. I don't even really know how I felt about him in the first year. I just know he's 2 years away.
Right.
Keelan Russell from Alabama, who every Alabama fan has told me that is going to be just a dude. Yeah, I mean, there will be a bunch that kick the can down the road and go and do the Dante Moore thing.
Yeah.
Who we'll talk about in just a minute. But first,
Super Chat.
'Cause it's all about the money, money, money. All about the money, money, money. I do this for my hustle.
First one's from Red Sea, who said, I'm just praying Arch doesn't tell my team to kick rocks. It's possible. That is definitely a possibility. I do think Arch is going to have some power over where he goes.
And if that's the case, just find you another one.
I mean, just look at the family. Peyton and Eli both asserted their sway over where they went.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody talks about Eli because he forced a trade. Peyton didn't do that. He just didn't go into the draft to avoid the Jets.
Yeah. Come back for another year. But in this scenario, if the guy tells you he's not going to play for you,
don't
skip him.
Just go elsewhere.
Do something else, right? Cardinals end up with the first pick in the draft. Take Dante Moore.
No, don't take.
Why not?
Trade it. Trade down. Somebody will come up there to get Arch Manning because there are a lot of people that are in the same boat as me. They think that dude is going to be special.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to move too far down, though.
Depends how many quarterbacks you like. Because I got a bunch. And one more super chat. It's from Realtor David, who said, please let me know how you see Raiola. It's my favorite in college football. Once he goes through good coaching and good offensive scheme, he will fly. I think he's got a really lively arm. I think he was in a bad spot in Nebraska because the Big Ten's really physical. And he's not a crazy athlete. He's good enough. But he's got a stupidly lively arm. Deep ball's really good. I hope he gets away from some of this Pat Mahomes crap because that's going to stick to him. I mean, because there are times that it feels like he's trying to be Pat Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want him to stop doing that. Just be your own guy. You're talented enough to be your own guy. But I do think a year at Oregon just learning will help him. And then he's going to be primed. I mean, Dylan Raiola could be the number one pick in the 2028 draft, and it wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah.
I always thought he was super talented. I just thought he made a very poor college decision. And sometimes you do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he made 5 different decisions, didn't he?
No, he went where his dad went.
I thought this was the kid that first agreed to come to Georgia and then flipped.
He did.
And went
That's the only one, though.
Was that the only one? I was thinking he did it a couple of times. Where at first it was Georgia and he committed there, and then he went like 2 other places. Okay.
Yeah, his dad's Dominic Raiola. Played center for the Lions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He went to Nebraska.
Oh,
so his dad convinced him to go to Nebraska, and it
along
didn't work
with
out.
$5 million.
That helped too.
Right. That and what's his face going, we should pony up money for him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Matt Rule.
Yep.
That helps a lot.
It does.
It helps a lot. And you know, this is what I thought like the NIL stuff was going to keep from happening. What we're looking at in this 2027 NFL draft.
What, just a glut of guys in 1 year?
18 damn guys that could go in the draft easy, maybe more than that, all at one position. NIL, I thought would fix this, and I think it's going to.
Workman in the chat said you were thinking of Jayden Rashada.
Jayden Rashada, that was one.
Who is actually, oddly enough, also in this draft class. We will not be discussing him today because he doesn't really matter.
No.
But he could get drafted too.
Mm-hmm.
Talented kid, made some really bad choices.
Right.
Speaking of really bad choices, Dante Moore.
Mm-hmm.
If I live to be 100 years old, I will never understand why this kid didn't come out.
Me either.
I just don't get it. What do you think's going to happen next year? Because, look, I hate to say it, and I'm not – before I say anything here, I need you to understand, I don't dislike Dante Moore. He's thin. He's athletically limited, and that's the nicest way I can say that. There's a lot to like, but I really need to see another year out of this kid. Now, according to my rules.
That's why he came back.
But he would have been the number 2 pick.
That's the thing I can't get away from.
I'll almost bet you anything you want he's not going to be the number 2 pick next year. I've looked at that Oregon schedule, and I'm telling you, you're going to see some of his flaws. They're going to be under a microscope because now we got tape. Because here's the problem. He doesn't handle pressure very well. But according to the rules of my formula, completion percentage is right. Not quite high enough on touchdown to interception ratio. He doesn't run that much. He fits the mold. Vast majority of things I want out of a quarterback, Dante Moore has it.
Yeah.
The problem I have with Dante Moore is I keep going back to that Indiana tape going, That was not good.
And it wasn't that bad, statistically speaking. But he looked like
Awful.
he did not belong on that field.
Awful. Joshua Penix in the YouTube chat said maybe he was trying to avoid the Jets. Well, he was trying to avoid the Jets, who have Garrett Wilson and Omar Cooper and Kenyon Sadiq, his guy Kenyon Sadiq.
Right.
And now he's going to wind up with the Miami Dolphins. If that was what he was trying to do, he falafeled this up something awful.
Yep. I said it at the time that I don't understand why he's not doing it, but I also kind of get it.
Well, the funny thing is we hammered Ty Simpson for doing it, and we can't understand why Dante Moore didn't do it. Ty Simpson, all he did was capitalize on what he saw with Dante Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knew, I'll be the number 2 quarterback in this draft class. Ty Simpson wouldn't have been in the top 15 going into – if he was in this class, and I actually did the math on this, if Ty Simpson was in this draft class going in, I would have him preliminarily outside of the top 12.
At the position.
That quarterback, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Brandon
The only
Sorsby that's
person-
getting ready to enter the supplemental draft,
Yeah.
Sorsby would have been ahead of him.
And
Not really all that
I
close.
still feel like the only person that was doing that was Les Snead.
I agree with
And
that.
he set the number 13 pick on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And he will rue the day that he went, I'm going to turn this franchise over to Ty Simpson.
Gambit said he couldn't have come out not after that game with Indiana. The funny thing is, even with that game against Indiana, he'd have still been the second pick.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's not an opinion. I can tell you that for a fact.
Right.
He would have been the pick at 2.
That's what I was saying. Like we knew that evaluators were going to look at him and go, well, yeah, there was the Indiana game, but he's still the second best quarterback in this class, and it's not even close. Not even close.
That's why we're so confused by what he did.
Yeah, I feel like he made an error in judgment. But who knows? Maybe it'll work out for the kid.
I can tell you it was an error in judgment, and I've got their schedule pulled up here. They have to play what will be a markedly improved Oklahoma State team on the road. They have to go to USC. They have to go to Ohio State. They catch Michigan. They have to go to Illinois, who's annoying. They got one with Washington, and then in theory, the Big Ten title game and whatever happens in the playoff. That's a lot of potential opportunities for there are just some hitches in Moore's game. That's not what we're necessarily talking about right now, but there are hitches in his game that I want to see those improve.
Yeah.
He could be the 2. I'm not telling you he won't be. I see people penciling that in, and I'm very confused by it because there's a couple quarterbacks we're going to talk about in just a minute that I think the high side's higher.
Mm-hmm.
The low side is significantly lower, though.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. We'll be back right after this.
ESPN Asheville. Your mountain weather forecast.
I continue to push on through our Thursday with clouds mixing with sunshine into the afternoon hours. Should get just above 80 degrees, maybe an isolated shower, thunder shower. Tonight, some clouds around, dropping back to about 57. Friday looks great. Lots of sunshine, 80. Thickening clouds Saturday with a chance of some showers, 77. And partly sunny on Sunday, 72. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stage.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Thursday, August 20th, the Orange Peel presents Buck Cherry.
Another one not paid it for. You're so fine, won't be alone.
Get your tickets now online at theorangepeel.net.
I'm sorry.
Don't miss Buck Cherry live August 20th. See you at the Peel.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
iHeartRadio wants to send you to see Motley Crue on the return of the Carnival of Sins tour in the city of your choice. We'll cover it all. Plus, you'll meet members of the band and score a signed guitar. Just tap the contest tab while listening on the free iHeartRadio app to enter. Get tour tickets now at livenation.com.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
When you're a grocery store, hunger has no place in your community. That's why at Ingalls, we donate over 2 million pounds of food every year to those who need it. It's the right thing to do, and we know you do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of urgency, timely, responsive, focused, prioritizing you as our customer and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
Gets the rebound, passes it to the man, shoots it, and boom goes the dynamite.
And we're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Talking about quarterbacks in the 2027 NFL draft class meeting the new criteria for a first-round quarterback, as set by our very own Jeremy Green. We've talked about two of them, so who's next?
CJ Carr's the next one I want to talk about because he needs to get to the game threshold.
Okay.
So he's only played 12 games in his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
But if Notre Dame makes a deep run next year, he's on the right side of everything. He doesn't run all that much, but man, he's accurate. And he holds up quite nicely to the I don't know what we've been calling this. Modern Parcells rules.
Mm-hmm.
Survival indicators.
Survival indicators, okay. I think this should be the bust index.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like CJ Carr a lot. I just have a pretty good feeling that he's going to be sub 28 starts going into the draft next year, and there's a good chance he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I've got circled going, I'm not going to be shocked if he comes back and we're doing this same thing we're doing with Arch with him in 2028.
Okay.
In the YouTube chat, Kevin Mullen, or no, that was not Kevin Mullen. Somebody asked if Chambliss made a mistake coming back. I think so.
Absolutely.
It was Chad Reagan. He asked, did Chambliss make a mistake coming back? I mean, I don't see any way that he didn't because I don't know where he fits into this. If you got Trinidad Chambliss in the top 10 of this class, I'm going to need you to explain it to me real slow. Because I still haven't said Julian Sayin, who I know a lot of people don't love because helmet scouting Ohio State quarterbacks. I mean, the kid's completing 77% of his throws.
Yeah.
Touchdown to interception ratio is 5.5 to 1. And he just is a high-level processor. When it comes to diagnosing what's happening on a football field, he makes the right decision a lot. Now, it does help that he's got stud running back, stud wide receiver, stud tight ends, hammer of an offensive line. I get all that.
That's the thing that makes Ohio State quarterbacks the hardest to figure out, to me, is that you throw.
He's different to me.
They get thrown out there with the best players in college football, and it hides all of their flaws.
He's different to me because it's harder to pinpoint his flaws.
Okay.
C.J. Stroud, it was not hard to pinpoint the flaws. It was just hard to ignore the high-end upside.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields was such a freak athlete that it was pretty easy to see, oh, you're not actually developing here. Your ability to read a defense is as bad as it was the day you got here, and it has not improved a drop.
Mm-hmm.
Sayan's just hyper accurate. The thing is, he's so small. And that doesn't get better. I also heard him comp to Shedeur Sanders the other day and went, I can't tell you you're wrong on that because there are some definite similarities there. I mean, now they're vague similarities, but they are there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then?
The one that I'm warming to that I wasn't as in on until I ran him through this scenario is Jayden Daniels. I didn't love him. I thought it was one of those level of competition. Can he do it again? Started at UNLV. Does he really do anything all that well? And then I started watching him going, if he figures out his feet, he can be pretty high end. Now, he's got a ways to go to meet the mullet rules. Completion percentage is too low. It's only 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Starts, he'll be fine. He'll be fine there because he started at UNLV for a year. They started at USC for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Big kid. Maye looks more like a quarterback that I could fall in love with. Which leads me to the one I'm already in love with, Lenore Sellers. He's got starts.
Yep.
Everything else is, uh-oh. These are my rules, and you don't abide by any of them.
I mean, is he more of just a good football player rather than being a good quarterback?
Lenore Sellers, here's how I'm rationaling it to me.
Okay.
You know who his profile looks exactly like when you run it through this formula?
Who?
Josh Allen. He looks like Josh Allen as a thrower with Lamar Jackson as a runner.
Are his stats that good, rushing?
He's rushed for 1,300 yards in 25 games.
Really? Okay.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a ton, but that's 50 yards a game for a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That kid can run the rock. I'm very curious to see how it progresses this year with Kendall Briles. I mean, he's playing in that same system that RG3 won the Heisman in. So you could see a significant jump from Lenore Sellers, and it seems like a lot of people are forgetting about him.
Yeah. I hope so, because he's a good kid, too.
Oh, he's a fantastic kid.
And now, you lay out all these rules and stuff. You know me. I do care. I do care about the leadership, whether or not you're a good person, right? The Josh Rosen rule. Like, I need to know, do you have it between the ears? You can give me all the stats in the world. And, your leadership can factor into how many games you've started and all of that as well. But when I'm looking at a quarterback, I need to know you got it up here. And Lenoris is one of those that I hope he has a good year. I hope he has the stats this year to match the character.
If he does, South Carolina's going to be a hammer. Because that defense is going to be good.
And he'll be a top 6 pick at worst in the draft.
Lenore Sellers is one of those that I don't see a way he falls out of the top 15 no matter what happens. Because somebody's going to fall in love with the traits. Because you won't talk about traits?
He'll go to the combine and kill it.
I agree with you. I do. I agree with you.
No doubt.
In the YouTube chat, Kevin Mullen asked, what about my boy from UW, Damon Williams? He's just so small. I mean, the kid's 5'11", $185. He does fit a lot of the rules. Completion percentage is high enough. touchdowns need to go up just a little bit for touchdown to interception ratio. Starts, he should be good. He's got a full year. If he has a full year this year, yeah, because he's got 2 full years. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
There. He would fit the mold. It's just you're going to have to get over the size because he is really little.
Mm-hmm.
Then you look at a few of the others that we haven't touched on. Darian Mensah. I want it said. I want it on record that I said this. Darian Mensah is going to be the one that I said this about Mendoza last year, if you recall. Because if you remember when we went through summer scouting, I said Fernando Mendoza is the one ain't nobody talking about. I didn't think he's going to be the number one pick.
Right.
But I did like him a lot. Darian Mensah is that one this year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know the story, he was the backup at Tulane as a freshman, wound up in at Tulane, transfers to Duke, then transfers from Duke to Miami, and now he's got just a bevy of toys to play with. And I think what you're going to see is that Mensah has been he's been the truffle. He's the very valuable thing that's been surrounded by the pig excrement. I mean, he got that team to the ACC championship last year.
Yep.
That's saying a lot considering every player they had drafted was a defensive player.
I didn't see no offensive stars on that team.
I had one running back that I kind of like, and he barely played.
Yeah. They had 1 or 2 offensive linemen that got drafted. I know Parker was one.
Ryan Parker's on one. I know.
Is he the only one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like Darian Mensah.
I think he's the one that when we get into the nitty-gritty of it, he fares very well against the mullet.
Yeah, you want to have high hopes for Miami winning another national championship? I like your chances more now with Darian Mensah than I did with Carson Beck.
I do too. I
don't know what the rest of that team looks like, but
good.
Oh, I'm sure they
Best
are.
running back in the class, receiver that would be way up there, even though he's a sophomore. Retooled on defense. I don't know that the defense may take a significant step back, but I think the offense will take a significant step forward.
I mean, Miami blows through the ACC again. They could be back in the national championship this year.
I'll put it this way. We see Miami. They were one of the hardest teams to figure out, and I finally just threw my hands up and said, you know what, screw it. We'll go to the one that's closest because they're going to beat the bejesus out of every team I could get to see them play, except one.
What was the closest?
I can't say that because that gives away what game it is. I just said that was the one we were doing.
So. Yeah. I don't think you'd hurt anything if you told people which one it is, but they can figure it out. They know where we are. They know where the closest one is.
Let's also a little swerve because there's a game that doesn't make a whole lot of sense that we will be at. That involves that football team.
Interesting. Okay.
Mensah's the one that I think screams up the board. Going through just the best of the rest. Brandon Sorsby fares pretty well against this. The problem is he falls into the elite trait is he's a gamer. He's got that Baker Mayfield. Oh, he's just tough. Ugh. Oh, those guys tend to bust out.
Yeah.
One that I don't want anybody to forget about, and I know it's easy to do because he wasn't great those first 2 years, DJ Lagway. Him going to Baylor against the Big 12. Don't be shocked when he puts up video game numbers. And then the great unknown, Sam Leavitt. I don't know what that's going to be. The last time we had an Arizona State quarterback go to LSU, he won the Heisman, and that was with Brian Kelly. How good do you think it can be with arguably the best left tackle in the country, a wholly restocked wide receiver room, the best tight end in the class, a handful of good running backs, and a defense that should be good, if not great?
Mm-hmm.
They got the players to be great.
And Lane Kiffin calling the shots.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big difference.
My curiosity,
I get Lane Kiffin as opposed to Brian Kelly.
My curiosity with Sam Leavitt is, do we still hold the Lane Kiffin thing against him, even though he played for Kenny Dillingham for 2 years? Like when he works in this system, the same way he did with Kenny Dillingham, do you still hear that Lane Kiffin thing? Because I know you're going to hear it with Chambliss. There's no doubt there.
Right. You mean, does Lane get any flowers for how good he is?
No, I mean, does he get hammered because he played in that pick and pop system that is Lane Kiffin, the same way we did with Jackson Dart?
Yeah.
Another name just to know, because now he's in a much bigger place, Byram Brown. Not Byron.
No,
Byram. I'll say I'm intrigued of what that's going to look like.
And where is he?
Auburn.
Are they going to be any good?
I don't know. If they are, it will be because of Byram Brown.
Yeah.
He came with Alex Galesh. So when Galesh replaced Hugh Freeze, they left South Florida together. So
Yeah.
I am very intrigued. On the way out, Red Sea asked about Mestamaker. I just see Bryce Petty there. He's going to put up a lot of numbers. I don't really care.
Yeah.
And then I got to say Bill's guy, Jayden Craig. Graduated from Harvard in 3 years. He's a grad transfer natural senior at TCU. And you talk to those FCS people, and they wax poetic about him like they're talking about John Elway. So I did have to get a little cute, but I found a way to see him as well.
There you go. You are in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. Back with you tomorrow at noon. Follow us on all the socials at the Sportsocracy. We will see you tomorrow at noon.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
I continue to push on through our Thursday with clouds mixing with sunshine into the afternoon hours. Should get just above 80 degrees, maybe an isolated shower, thunder shower. Tonight, some clouds around, dropping back to about 57. Friday looks great, lots of sunshine, 80. Thickening clouds Saturday with a chance of some showers, 77. And partly sunny on Sunday, 72. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stage.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International. Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
Asheville's #1 hit music station. Star 104.3.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind.
Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket? How are they any different?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books.
For real?
Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position.
What's the catch?
No catch. Even better, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
The Ingalls Advantage isn't just about savings or the best quality food for your family. It's more than that. It's the advantage of being a part of a community. That's why we provide over 2 million pounds of food every year through regular donations and programs like the Ingalls Giving Tree, Food for Thought, and the Ingalls Fill a Backpack program. It's the right thing to do, and we know that you would do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelor or bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach. The best memories start on the ride.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
ESPN Asheville. Yeah. WPEK Fairview. WMXF Waynesville. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
They have increased their lead 2-0 here in the first period.